Kairo Santos. First off, let's talk about the opportunity you had, right? You missed from 45, get the big return, you get another opportunity at a 49-yard field goal kick. Let's talk about what was going through your mind before the kick.
No, yeah, I'm proud of myself, how I was able to bounce back. I was so frustrated that having a great game, I had a lot of confidence and missed that 45, just let it slip from me, and I was praying for another opportunity, and when we got the ball with 18, I felt really good that was going to happen. Guys made a hell of a big plays to get in us in field goal range, and just trusted the Lord to put me in that situation to come through.
Talk about special teams being special. Talk about the operation up front, from the long snapper to the holder to the blocking up front on that last kick.
Yeah, I mean, if the making the kick is 100%, those guys do like 80% of the work, and I just got to put in the extra, or the last 20% of my technique, my confidence, and so I couldn't do anything without the guys blocking, and Scott and Tori, HT coaching. So it's a teamwork.
Enjoy this one with your teammates. Congratulations. Back to you guys up in the booth.
All right, J-Mac, heck of a job. Kairo Santos on a day became the all-time leader, passing Robbie Gould in 50-plus yard field goals. His track record here at U.S. Bank Stadium was nearly flawless. Only his third miss, I think, in terms of, or second miss, right? The 45-yarder, but he comes from back. And like you said, he hit from 38, 54, 33 in the game winner from 48 yards. And the Bears win another one-score thriller. Tom, I tell you, the heart and the pulse of a Bears nation watching these games, sitting on the couch, enjoying the party. They're going to have some grabbers out there one day. But My goodness.
But, the best thing about this team is even if the team that they're playing against has a little bit of success at the most important time, the Bears don't get down. And they come back and they stay in the fight, and then they rebound and answer. And to me, for all the years that we've been up here doing this, I don't know if we've ever seen a team that is this resilient in terms of fighting for the comeback when they are down by a couple points and in the seconds are ticking away. So I just really admire the message that Ben delivers week in and week out, and then the success they're having with it.
I just keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. I keep getting asked. One word is attitude. Their attitude is just about winning. That's it. They know it now, and they're showing it now, no matter how tough it gets certain stretches of the game. This is obviously a very difficult defense to decode, and they make adjustments like everybody else, and things got a little tough in the second half. They settled for field goal drives, obviously, but they did it with a 10-play drive. They did it with a 10-play drive. They did it with a short drive to finish. And the Bears had a 15-play drive at a 1-yard touchdown run by Manungai, their only touchdown of the day. And now the Bears get ready to take on Aaron Rodgers at Soldier Field and the Pittsburgh Steelers next Sunday.
Yep. I don't know the result of their game today, but I think, Ben
they
will
beat Cincinnati 34-12, or winning.
Okay. But, I just think that, the message from this second on is about celebrating in the locker room and then getting back to work and figuring out your plan of attack against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think the most exciting for those of us who have been a part of this, I'm talking Bears fan and everybody, and to see what Ben Johnson is doing to this football team and how exciting it is week in and week out. Yeah, they're winning games at the last minute, but this hasn't been a team that could win games at the last minute.
Nope.
And now they're doing it consecutively, and it's almost expected.
And as of right now, your Bears are a first-place outfit. They are first place all by themselves. Tonight, Detroit is at Philadelphia for the Sunday Nighter. Time for our Toast of the Game, presented by Binny's Beverage Depot, official champagne provider of Chicago Bears Radio. If you can't find it at Binny's,
it's probably not worth drinking.
We're going to go team-wide on this one. Just one-score games, that 5-1 record in 2025, when you consider how difficult it's been the last 3 seasons, 6-20. Today's Toast of the Game, presented by Binny's Beverage Depot, official champagne provider of Chicago Bears Radio. If you can't find it at Binny's,
it's probably not worth drinking.
All right, we're going to take a break before we have our goodbyes from here. We'll talk to Ben Johnson. Peggy and Yurka will be awaiting as well. This is the Bears Radio Network. Bears win 19-17.
The Chicago Bears Radio Network is brought to you in part by Hard Rock Casino of Northern Indiana, Miller Lite, the Advantage Dealer Group, and Dr. Pepper. This is Bears football on the home of the Bears, ESPN Chicago.
Injured in a car accident? Don't fumble the ball. Call Postman Law. They fight for everyday people who don't have deep pockets like big insurance companies. Postman Law knows their playbook, and they use it to get you results fast. And with over $3 billion won for their clients, Postman Law delivers. From auto accidents to workplace injuries, when you need a win, call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com for your free consultation. Others promise, Postman delivers. This is attorney advertising.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Comparing health insurance plans is never easy. That's why I work for Get Covered Illinois.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
We have a website to compare multiple plans and prices in one place, and people who can help you for free. Community-based navigators and brokers, certified by the state.
And we have live customer service.
At getcoveredillinois.gov, we're here to help.
Mitch, you played in the NFL like me. You know how important the red zone is.
Absolutely, Yurko. And in retirement, your red zone is the 5 years before and after you stop working. That's where the game's won.
That's what I tell people. Don't go at it alone. Mitch Lyons Wealth is the team to trust.
We build personalized game plans to help you retire confidently. No guesswork, just strategy.
Visit MitchLyonsWealth.com today. That's Mitch Lyons Wealth.
Your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
Hear the playmakers and the coaches first. Postgame is next. ESPN Chicago.
Jeff Joniak top there, wrapping up a 19-17 Bears win to go 7-3. The Vikings dropped to 4-6, and the Bears at the moment are first place NFC North residers. And 7 more games to go in this season, and it's just getting started, as Tommy always likes to say. It just was a fun ride to the finish because these games are so exciting. It's awful to go through, I guess, but it's still fun to watch it all unfold. Fumble recoveries are brought to you by Postman Law. When you're recovering, go with a firm that's recovered over $3 billion for injury victims. Postman delivers, and the Bears in the end delivered. Unified front there with the special teams getting the 56-yard return, setting up to a Kairo Santos field goal in a stadium. He's kicked 20 of 22 field goals in the positive column. He did miss from 45 earlier. He got one of the 3 game balls in the locker room. Also, team president and CEO Kevin Warren also got one. I don't know who got the third, but it was on the TV screen here in Minnesota. Of course, he came from this Viking organization through the Big Ten and helped build this stadium, U.S. Bank Stadium. And so a big day all the way around for the Bears, simply because they've got themselves an NFC North win in a conference, and a division, rather, that they've really struggled in.
Yeah, talking behind the scenes, I felt that this was the most important game of the season, and I didn't care about the Steelers coming up and an AFC football team. I just felt if you really want to get yourself realistically in that playoff fighting position till the end, this is a game that you had to come away with, and they did it at the very end.
Yep, and the Cup came away with a couple of turnovers again, 7 wins, a plus 19 turnover margin, 3 losses, a minus 3, so a plus 16, best since the 1990 Bears, a plus 16, and that is factored in. They really shut down for 3.5 quarters the offense in terms of the passing game for the Minnesota Vikings until that late drive by J.J. McCarthy. Give him credit. He had protection, he delivered, and the Vikings momentarily took the lead before the Bears took it back. Williams now 19 of 27 games without an interception, and Caleb Williams leads another game-winning drive, albeit on the ground, and then finished off by the Kairo Santos field goal. A lot more to discuss. We'll hand it off now to Peggy Kaczynski and Yurko.
Thank you.
How about those first place Bears, Peggy?
JJ, we're just catching our breath here. We're checking our heart rates. We're making sure we're all okay on this side. The Bears find a way to win yet again, and like we've heard from Ben Johnson before. It's not always pretty. The offense had a slow start. It was tough going for them to get into the end zone. Special teams, again, there was a missed field goal before the game winner. And then the defense also struggling at times as they give up the go-ahead touchdown drive in the fourth quarter. I don't know. I'm running out of words how to explain these games, Jurko.
Most NFL games not pretty. This one looked like it was going to be a little bit of a masterpiece, like a blue-collar masterpiece that the Chicago Bears were going to give you. And then the field goal kicker decided to miss a field goal that would have made it a 9-point game. And then I got laryngitis because I was swearing at the televisions. And I was cussing. And I was yelling at the kicker. And it didn't make me feel good about myself. There was a chance at retribution. The young man got a chance to go ahead and win the game for the Chicago Bears. I had zero faith in him at that point, zero faith whatsoever. And you know what he did? He went and kicked it through. And congratulations to him. He's going to be the great. He's going to be the advantage. He's going to be something today. 4 or 5. But when he missed that one, boy, I wanted to throw a brick through the screen. But I didn't. And the Bears found a way to win. We're saying it week in, week out. This team, if I'm not mistaken, Peggy, is 7-1 in their last 8 games after losing their first 2 to start the season. They're not winning by 1,000 points, not winning by 1,000,000 points. It might look ugly. The quarterback was overthrowing the receivers early on in a couple plays. They were trying to stretch the defense a little bit. And then the guys decided they wanted to drop the football a little bit on them. Luther Burden, DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, they wanted to drop the football. So, deep breath. Here we are. 7-3.
7-3.
Heading in the right direction, coming home to play a Pittsburgh Steelers team that, let me tell you, if you thought this game was a little bit ugly, but a beautiful bouquet at the end, wait till next week. It's going to be an ugly game on the lakefront, but we will celebrate today. We will celebrate this game. We're going to have fun. We're going to look at this thing. We're going to analyze it. And there's plenty of things you want to go ahead and you want to, Benedict did not have the best of games. Darnell Wright, they started slanting on him a little bit at the end of the game, and guys were whiffing. Understand the excitement, the ability to run the ball. These guys have it. They've got it. I love it. But you've got to dot the I's. You got to cross the T's. You got to finish out strong. The Bears won a game. They won this game today. They are 7-3 after 10. I'm feeling good, Peggy. Peggy, I'm feeling good. I feel good today. I don't know about you, but I feel good today.
I had my uncle, who is a big Bears fan growing up in Chicago.
Uncle Palazzo?
Uncle George had
Uncle George.
Heart surgery last March. And he texted me last week and said, I can't take many more of these.
Oh, I understand.
I mean,
I do understand.
It's really, all jokes aside, the focus of the team in the final 50 seconds to be able to get them in position for an opportunity for a game winner is really commendable. So it's really something to say that this team, and Caleb said it last week, everyone was saying, Caleb, put on the heroics, the Iceman cometh up to the north in Minnesota. But the reality is, Caleb said the entire team has to know what's at stake in those final minutes to be able to put them in position.
And I'm telling you, they look strong in the final minutes of games. They look like they're confident, like they know what they do. I tell you, and I haven't known what this kid was doing all year, DuVernay. I didn't know what he's doing all year, but thank heavens he showed up on that final kickoff return.
The Ben Johnson interview is brought to you by your local hospital cardiology unit. Oh, no, it's not. It's by Binny's Beverage Depot. Let's head back to U.S. Bank Stadium and Jeff Joniak with the head coach.
Thank you. Coach, how is the ticker?
Yeah, we're doing okay. We're doing all right.
Oh, my goodness. Again, the words keep popping up, the same words. Fight, resiliency, attitude. Take us from there. I mean, you fall behind and get it right back.
Yeah, a little bit like it was the first game against these guys. You have a lead, and then, it's a good group. And Kevin O'Connell's doing a phenomenal job. Flores, phenomenal job with those guys. And I feel like they've always since he's been there, have been able to get games close there at the end. And so proud of our guys for being able to find a way. Since week one, we weren't able to do that.
Yep. Take us through the game from your perspective as you just some flash points for you.
Yeah, I thought our defense played really well throughout that game. Got us 2 takeaways, and overall, I thought they did a nice job. Well, I feel like our offense can capitalize on those takeaways a little bit more. We only got 3 points out of that. We were inconsistent running the ball. Felt it come to life a little bit there towards the end, and then our passing game we weren't clicking. So. Special teams up and down a little bit. They started hot and then cooled off a little bit, but they came through for us at the end. I don't know that we win that game if we don't get that return and obviously make that field goal. So, like you said, it's a resilient group, and we always know if it's close there at the end, we're going to have a chance.
Hey, Ben, when you were talking with Jason McKee coming out of the locker room at the second half, you talked about you needed more efficiency. So you get to the second half, you don't have any 3-and-outs, and then you end up winning the game. Is that efficiency for you, or is there a different result of efficiency that you would like to see?
No, we did a better job in the second half staying on schedule, and so less second and longs. I thought we were in more third and manageables for the most part. And so that's really what I was alluding to then.
So when you look at the game and you look at your ratio of run to pass, when you look at it at the end of the game, is that kind of what you envisioned for yourself going into the game, or is it just something that happens in the course of the game?
Yeah, it's just a feel.
Okay.
So that's, I have no idea. I'm seeing 39 attempts and 32 attempts. Yeah. This is the first time me seeing it. I don't have any numbers set in mind when I'm going into a game.
All right. Well, congratulations. It's great, and you guys are the most resilient group I've seen around here in quite a while.
Oh, thank you.
And Kairo, for that matter, because, kickers, you just don't know. And the mental toughness after a 45-yard miss to kiss the 48-yarder down the middle, and what that was like for him. We saw it, but we didn't hear what he said in the locker room to the fellas when you gave him a game ball.
Yeah, no, he was really excited there. So it's great to see him come through. Turned 34 this week too, by the way. So
he's getting close to you. All right, so as of right now, and there's a game to be played tonight, and I know but listen, you're the first place Chicago Bears. Does that have a ring to it right now?
No, it's nothing we're thinking about. We're 7-3. We've earned that record so far. We need to find a way to go 1-0 next week.
All right, Ben. Tyreek Stevenson, okay?
We'll find out. All
right.
Yep.
All right, Ben. Congratulations on the win. We will talk to you this week.
Thank you.
That is Ben Johnson, Bears head coach, after the win over the Minnesota Vikings. Peggy Yurko, take it away.
Thank you, JJ. The Ben Johnson interview is indeed brought to you by Binny's Beverage Depot as the official champagne provider of Chicago Bears radio. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Let's catch our breaths. Let's take a break. When we come back, we will head back to U.S. Bank Stadium for the interview with the game-winning quarterback, and we'll also open up the phone lines at 312-332-3776. You are listening to the Great Clips postgame show on the Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Want to live life at max volume? Then look no further than Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana. With over 1,700 slots, 80 table games, live entertainment, and 5 restaurants which span a wide range of culinary genres, we are sure to have something for everyone. Whether you want to indulge in a savory dish at Council Oak Steaks and Seafood, or take in dinner and live music at the world-renowned Hard Rock Cafe. Amplify your entertainment experience at Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana. Just off Exit 6, I-8094. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
With 3 locations to serve Chicagoland, Advantage Chevrolet gives you so much more. Visit and see the amazing inventory and savings at Advantage Chevrolet Bolingbrook. And Advantage Chevrolet values your time. They'll have you in your new Chevy in less than 60 minutes, or they'll make your first car payment. That's right. Drive off in your new Chevy in less than 60 minutes, or they will make your first car payment. Visit AdvantageChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Must mention offer upon arrival before negotiation. Restrictions apply. Ask dealer for details.
Illinois State University and Chicago's favorite football team have a lot in common. A long tradition. Illinois State is the oldest public university in Illinois. A history of success. Redbird Redbird graduates earn $15,000 more than the national average. And highly regarded recruits. Our newest freshman class is our largest ever. There's never been a better time to tune in on Sundays, and there's never been a better time to be a Redbird. Get started on a Hall of Fame career today. Learn more and apply for admission at illinoisstate.edu/admissions.
In football, success is about team effort, and the same is true for your hair. At Great Clips, they save your haircut details in clip notes, so every member of the highly skilled team knows exactly how to create your signature look. And with our easy-to-use app, you can check in from anywhere and get a ready next text when you're up next for a cut. It's the confidence of a great haircut, delivered by a team you trust. Download our app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Property managers and GCs use FinishingChicago.com's contractors for finishes and protective coatings in the most iconic venues, interior spaces, and essential infrastructure. Our painters apply industry-leading commercial and industrial finishes inside and out, so your biggest assets always put their best square footage forward. FinishingChicago.com has your free list of painting, wall covering, glass systems, drywall finishing, and signage contractors. For a great finish, start with FinishingChicago.com.
Calamitous mishap, anticipate compensatory damages, subrogation relief, or tort claims under...
Guys, what are they even saying?
Coast Ivoni ads don't sound like that.
Lawyers like that are exactly why people call us. No legal mumbo-jumbo, just real talk.
We're from Chicago. We talk like you, we fight for you, and we have real conversations so we can help you.
They get where you come from, they get what you need, and they get you. Coast Ivoni, your local personal injury lawyers, because they are Chicago. 708-4million.
You know that sound, and you better get used to it. Because when you bank with Consumers Credit Union, you've got people cheering for you everywhere you go. CCU has been named a great place to work because taking great care of our people is the first step in taking great care of you. When you get lower fees, great rates, and a team that's always got your back, you win. Visit the new myconsumers.org. Consumers Credit Union, the people in your corner. Insured by NCUA.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chicago's home for sports is the home of the Chicago Bears. ESPN Chicago.
Here comes the boom, boom.
Welcome to the Great Clips postgame show on the Bears Radio Network. Brought to you by Great Clips. It's gonna be great. By Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana, Miller Lite, Dr. Pepper, and the Advantage Dealer Group. And now, the Great Clips postgame show on the Bears Radio Network. Here are your hosts, Peggy Kaczynski and John Yurkovich.
Back to back to back, fourth quarter comeback wins now for the Bears as they beat the Vikings on the road after doing the same in the fourth quarter to the Giants and the Bengals. Now they are 7-3 in first place in the NFC North until tonight's game against the Lions and the Eagles. Lions have a 6-3 record. They could tie the Bears at 7-3 with a win tonight over Philadelphia on the road. The fourth quarter comebacks, fifth already this season, most ever by a Bears quarterback in a single season for Caleb Williams. And they find a way to get it done. Ice in the veins of Kairo Santos after he was 3 for 3 earlier in the game. And then he missed a 45-yard field goal with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, which looked like it was handing the ball right back to Minnesota. It didn't cost them. They were able to come back and set him up for the game winner, 49-yard game-winning field goal. And the Bears win. They find a way to do it again, 19-17 final. I'll tell you what, once again, Yurko, we saw the escapability of Caleb Williams with this defensive front of Minnesota that was giving him chase all day long.
Yeah, they were putting pressure. They were bringing pressure. They were trying to unsettle him. They were bringing pressure on the run. he was going to bring it. The defensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings, Brian Flores, was bringing it. He was not going to make life easy for the Chicago Bears. They were slanting on the defensive line. There were guys running free. 61 at the end of the game made 2 key plays for tackle for losses, and they were slanting the guys. And if you don't see it, you've got to anticipate they're not just going to sit there and take it all night. At some point, they're going to try to fight you with something. They started throwing the slants in there. We were whiffing on blocks. They were getting into the backfield, not presenting the running back with a great chance to run certain places. So sometimes you've got to slow that thing down as an offensive lineman and just realize, hey, let me take my step, and then let me gather, and then let me see what's happening in front of my eyes and adjust and go with it. So I give credit to the Chicago Bears for being a resilient bunch today. They were resilient. They folded their tents, but they came back out, and Duvernay sparked them with a Duvernay or whatever you guys want to call his name. Yeah, Duvernay sparked them with that kickoff return. Good blocking, no holding, no flags. Put them in a position where they gain 9 yards, put them in field goal position, and they win the game. The Bears win. It's not Purdy. Doesn't have to be. They got 2 more turnovers. They didn't turn over the ball. Good times. Good times to be a Bear.
Bears defense, again, helps the Bears out, even though the offense was only able to score a couple of field goals off of the 2 takeaways. But the 21st and 22nd takeaways of the season for the Bears that are the best in the turnover ratio department in the NFL. Their 14th and 15th interceptions of the season. Kevin Byard with his 5th, leading the Bears defense with 5 interceptions so far this year. Back-to-back possessions for Minnesota. The defense does it again with Nahshon Wright, his 4th interception, this one in the end zone. And I got to tell you, with playing with a heavy heart for Nahshon Wright, who found out on Friday that his college coach, Beam, from his junior college in Oakland, California, was gunned down by someone on the college campus, a coach that he had just had in town at the Saints game for the Bears, so that he and his brother could be honored with having their former college coach there. And he got the news on Thursday that the coach was shot on campus and then died at the hospital on Friday. Nahshon Wright gets an interception today, a huge one of Jordan Addison in the end zone, his 4th of the season. The Bears win this one from all 3 phases of the game. All 3 phases struggled at times, whether it was the offense with a couple of drops. DJ had a tough drop. Colston Loveland, though, bounces back with a huge 24-yard gain on 3rd down. Kairo Santos, I said he was 3 for 3. He had passed Robbie Gould today for the most 50-yard field goals in Bears history, and he does that. And then he missed one right after that.
45-yarder he missed.
Missed the 45-yarder, but made the one that was most important, and that was the 49-yard field goal. So, it's like Ben Johnson says, find a way to stay in the game. Just find a way to be in the game. Even though they had an opportunity to put them away, they found a way to do it once again.
Yeah. It was a 16-3 game, 13-point lead in the 4th quarter. They lost a double-digit loss in the 4th quarter once again, but the difference is they won. They came back, good return, got enough yards, allowed themselves to get a field goal chance with 4 seconds on the clock, and they made it. And at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. What do they got now? Come home, tomorrow's bumps and bruises. Take care of everything, see what happened. Brisker, I know, got banged up on a play where it looked like Tyreek Stevenson was going to get an interception. They ended up banging into each other and no interception. And a young player down on the ground. So we'll see what everybody feels like, what everybody looks like tomorrow. Hopefully they'll be 100%. And then we go to Pittsburgh Steelers at Soldier Field, 7-3. Right now, first place Chicago Bears football team. Everything's coming up roses. All things are good. And it's never going to be easy. The NFL is not an easy league to go ahead and get things done in. It's not an easy league to go out and win games. Ask anybody that took one on the chin today. They know exactly what it's like. But fortunately, the Bears keep trying to put these victories together, and a chance to go 8-3 next week next week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I like it. I like it a lot.
At one point in today's Steelers game, they won. They beat the Bengals today, 34-12. At one point, Aaron Rodgers did leave that game, handed it over to Mason Rudolph. So I don't know the status of Aaron Rodgers heading into the game next week. So
well, Mason Rudolph has been a starter in this league. Mason Rudolph is capable in a 2-3 game type situation for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So it's not like you're all of a sudden getting a guy that's never played before. So he's, if that ends up being the guy that's got to do it for them, then let me tell you, he's capable. Just like Huntley with the Ravens. Yeah.
You know, you can't look past just because it's a backup quarterback at this point. So, you know, every game has its little wrinkles.
That's right.
And you have to play the teams that are on your schedule. You got to play the guys that are on the field across from you.
That's right. As an old Chinese philosopher once told me, every rose has its thorn. Thank you very much, sir. And it's 100% true.
I think that's a rock and roll band, not a Chinese philosophy.
They made a song out of it, and I didn't say it was a Chinese philosophy. I said a Chinese philosopher told me this.
He did. What was his name?
Doesn't mean it's
his or her
Chinese philosophy. His name was Benjamin.
Celebrating another Bears win. Let's take a break. When we come back, you'll hear from the Bears quarterback, Caleb Williams.
Hey, Dad, I gotta come clean about something.
Okay.
I only paid for a brand new Hyundai Tucson.
Oh, you might be on the naughty list.
Feels so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends December 1st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Crash, bang. You know, I've been saying that to Chicago sports fans for the last few seasons. Lisa, why don't you give it a try?
Crash, bang. That's what that feels like.
Of course, personal injuries feel much worse.
They do. That's why the Chicago Personal Injury and Workmen's Compensation lawyers at Maurice Longo are here for you.
I'm Jim Maurice, and she's Lisa Longo.
Visit us at mauricilongo.com. That's MORICILONGO.com.
We're in your huddle when you need us.
Hey guys, it's Mitch Lyons with Mitch Lyons Wealth. You hear Yurko, the good kid, talk about me all the time. And yes, I did play in the NFL. But to be honest, these days, I'm more into spreadsheets than playbooks, and I'm solely focused on making sure my clients win retirement. Look, retirement's not about gambling on stocks or chasing crypto tips from your brother-in-law. It's about smart planning, steady income, and ultimately enjoying every day like it's Saturday. So if you want less guessing and more confidence, visit MitchLyonsWealth.com.
Hi, this is Dave Musial, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Do you have a plumbing emergency? Call Four Seasons. An electrical emergency? Call Four Seasons. A heating or cooling emergency? Call Four Seasons. Same-day hot water tank installation needed? Call Four Seasons. Need a whole home generator? Call Four Seasons. We guarantee same-day installation on all heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. And no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Finding health insurance can be so confusing. People need help. That's why I work for Get Covered Illinois.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
And we're here to help. With thousands of brokers certified by the state and hundreds of trained insurance guides, what we call navigators, available in communities across Illinois.
All free.
At getcoveredillinois.gov, we're here to help.
At Bell Tire, we don't just care about tires, we care about you.
Bell Tire.
We care about you too, Tire Man. But caring about our customers is why we'll beat anyone's tire price. And with 0% financing, we make sure everyone can get back on the road fast and affordably. Because taking care of our customers by getting them the best deal possible is how we're changing tires.
Bell Tire.
See belltire.com for details.
Make your game day a winner with Aurelio's Pizza, Chicagoland's oldest pizza chain since 1959. This is Joe Aurelio inviting you to indulge in our crispy thin crust, signature sauce, 100% real mozzarella, and your favorite premium toppings like our fresh ground Italian sausage. Dine in, carry out, or have it delivered. Visit AureliosPizza.com for the location nearest you. Download the Aurelio's app and start earning rewards today. Aurelio's Pizza. It's a sauce.
Oh, baby, did you see that play?
The mood in here is unbeatable.
Nothing beats game day energy.
And the perfect pairing for it all? Flight by Yingling.
Crisp, refreshing, and light on calories.
Whether you're posted up at the bar or watching with the crew, Flight by Yingling keeps the flavor bold and the vibe light. Flight by Yingling.
Football's better with Flight.
America's next generation of light beer. Flight by Yingling.
Raise the bar, Chicago.
DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
I'm Lenny File, and I go the extra mile to make sure buying and selling your home is easy. And doing it for 55 years, that's a lot of miles to cover. But I'll go one more for you. Visit lennyfile.com.
Snap back, there's the unblocked blitzer. They throw the screen. It is caught across the 30 for a first down. It is Luther Burton, a ball after the catch man.
Peggy and Yurko, Postgame on ESPN Chicago.
A lot of questions going into this game, whether or not Olamide Zaccheaus was going to lose some targets to the rookie Luther Burden III. And Luther Burden III indeed got more looks his way today, Yurko. He was impressive. They went to him in some important situations once again, and he caught 3 of 5 targets his way for 27 yards today.
The important thing to note is, though this is a natural progression where a guy that's drafted in the second round, once he familiarizes himself with the offense, once he starts to feel real good about things, the natural progression is that second-round guy is going to get a chance and an opportunity to get in there. And he had some impressive stats in the limited amount of opportunities that he had. Know this, guys. You're going to need Zaccheaus as you move on throughout the rest of this year because you don't know what's going to happen. We've already seen DJ Moore get dinged up again. We've seen him dinged up during the year. Same thing with Rome. The same thing. Guys are getting beat up over the course of the year. So just because there happens to be a one-weekend fluctuation in whatever your theoretical productivity might or might not be, trust me when I say this. They're going to need him again. They're going to have to rely upon him again. So don't get your head down. Keep your head down. Keep it up. You had a couple bad weeks of dropping the ball. Number 10 gets in there. He gets a chance and an opportunity. Didn't look good early, but it looked a lot better as time went on for these guys. So that's the way it's going to work. 79 had a rough game today. 58 at times had a rough game today. Tooney got walked back to the quarterback. When you've got 70 plays, you're going to have a handful of bad ones. 70 plays, Peg, if you take a look at it, and you get 5 minuses, you're still up in the 92nd percentile of what you did for the day. So do not get discouraged. The Bears got to keep their chins up, their heads up. They've got to keep things in a positive frame of mind. But analyze that film and learn from some of the mistakes that were made. And there were a lot of mistakes made today, but you still won a football game, which is all that matters. Yes, thank you.
DJ Moore had as many targets as Durham Smythe. DJ Moore caught 1 of 3 targets his way for 18 yards. Durham Smythe had 1 of 3 for 8 yards.
Yeah, and the big drop.
And a big drop, which would have been a big gain.
The big drop by DJ Moore.
Yeah, would have been a big gain. Your leading receiver today for the Bears was number 85, Cole Kmet. Caught all 5 balls that came his way, 45 yards. Rome Odunze was 2 of 6 targets for 41 yards. And Colston Loveland, 3 of 4 targets for 40 yards. So you had 9 targets, actually 12 targets to your tight ends today. So they saw something in the middle of the field that they liked that was open for them, and it worked. It's nice to see the tight ends getting used in the offense. You know, there's a lot of balls to go around here. There's a lot of balls to go around. Let's head back to...
I like the way you say that, Peggy.
Let's head back to U.S. Bank Stadium in the Hyundai broadcast booth where J-Mac is standing by with the Bears quarterback. J-Mac, I think you need to get Caleb a Garmin heart rate monitor. Get him a heart rate monitor.
All right, we're here. Bears winning quarterback Caleb Williams. Caleb, let's go through the scene. Let's set the scene, right? You get the big return by Duvernay, 56-yard kickoff return. Sets up a 49-yard game winner by Kairo Santos. I look over, I see DeAndre Swift. He's got a towel on his head. He's not looking at the kick. Where were you on the sideline as Kairos approached that field goal?
Yeah, I was sitting on the bench, and I watched it. You know, I watched it all the way through. Have full belief in Kairo in that moment. My reaction was, you know, it's another kick, and it's another kick that's going to go in for Kairo, and you know, it was a great win for us, and happy about the win. Got to keep getting better.
Brian Flores, we know defensively it presents a lot of challenges to offenses. What were those challenges today?
Yeah, from fronts to personnel, to the scheme and how much you have to prepare for, and all the different things, and then his little wrinkles that he adds in throughout the week for opponents. He's such a game planning defensive coordinator, and he's not just going to run his stuff. Obviously, he has his base stuff that he will run, but he has a wide range, and you always have respect for a coach like that. And they're a great defense over there, and we just so happen to make enough plays and come out to win.
The passing game was up and down today, but you were able to lean on your run game. Talk about how exciting it is for you as a quarterback to see those guys, those big guys, work up front.
Yeah, it's always fun to watch those guys work. They're the reason why we win, whether it's offense or defense. They're always the reason why we win. Whether it's pass blocking, whether it's run blocking or anything like that, they are the reason. And so that confidence, that belief, the quarterback behind them and the other skill players are going to do their job is there, and they're going to keep showing, and they're going to keep making plays for us up front, and we're going to keep encouraging them. We're going to keep, I'm going to keep making sure that they get the recognition that they need and deserve, and we'll keep growing.
What was your message to the offense as you guys took the field to set up that game-winning field goal?
Yeah, same thing it always is in those moments, especially. It's just, guys, do your job. If we're going to run the ball here, get your hands inside, move your feet. If we're going to pass block, get off the snap or get off the ball, and block these guys, and then pass catchers, just catch the rock. I'll get it there to you, and then when we hand the ball off or we throw it to you, protect the rock. We'll go score and do whatever we need to do to win the games.
Last question. I hear the music as I come into the team locker room. You guys got Club Dub going on. Any chance that Ben Johnson had a cameo in there with a dance or anything like that?
I don't know. I didn't actually get to see if he was in there dancing or not. Do we know if he was dancing in there? No, he probably wasn't dancing. He probably wasn't happy that the game was as close as it was, just knowing him. But he's very happy for the win. To be 7-3 in the National Football League is hard to do. And so, with him, being our leader and things like that, we have full faith, full belief, and we're going to keep growing. We're going to keep getting better, and we got to do that.
Congratulations. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys up in the booth.
All right, J-Mac, the shirts are staying on from the Bears head coach at 7-3. The Bears are your first-placed NFC North Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams, by the way, finished 16 of 32 for 193 yards. No touchdown passes today, no interceptions yet again. He was sacked, though, twice late in the fourth quarter and finished with a passer rating of 68.9. J.J. McCarthy, the LaGrange Park native, had a rough day today. No heroics out of him, although it looked like it when he led them on that fourth quarter touchdown drive. He was booed a couple of times by the Viking fans. McCarthy finished 16 of 32, 150 yards, one touchdown, picked off twice by Bears defenders, no sacks, and finishes with a 47.7 passer rating. So J.J. McCarthy continues to struggle for the Vikings, but boy, I'll tell you what, in that 2-minute drill, in the final 4 minutes of the game there, he looked good.
He had a good fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That's what I'll tell you. He had a good fourth quarter. Victimized with some overthrows. He puts a lot of pepper on the ball.
Yeah.
He throws that ball kind of hard all the time, and I think maybe there might be a three-quarter speed that he needs to develop on some shorter passes because they get up on his receivers quick. Hawkinson dropped the ball. Everybody took every receiver on the field today, I think, except for Cole Kmet, took turns dropping balls today.
Yes.
And it's a little bit frustrating at this point of the season to see how many drop balls there are. I thought it was a cleaner game when it came to penalties. I don't think there was a ton of penalties out there. So I thought that was a little bit of a cleaner game. But with J.J. McCarthy, he's where Caleb Williams was last year. He's played 5-6 games. Started 6 games. He's missed 22.
Yep.
I always tell people don't judge quarterbacks too harshly until you have to. Bryce Young had 300-plus yards today. I don't know if the Carolina Panthers ended up winning or not. They were in overtime against the Atlanta Falcons, 27-27, when I saw it last. But, one of my radio partner, gave up on Bryce Young. He said, blah, 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 that he wasn't any good, this. And he still thinks that he might not be any good. But he's been able to come back. And that team is a team that is at least winning games, comparatively speaking, to what they looked like before. And they had traded away almost everybody before that. Burns, the big pass rusher coming off the corner, DJ Moore. They had moved a lot of people out there. So even though you get the quarterback that you might want, you still got to recover and build that team the way you have to build that team. So I'm just saying, don't give up on J.J. McCarthy. Yeah. It is way too early to do that. Let the guy up there get a hold of him for a little while. And mold him. And trust me, he's the guy that knows whether J.J. McCarthy is going to be a winner or not.
McCarthy's 5th ever NFL career game. So, it's still very early in his career. Bears defense holds the Vikings to 115 yards on the ground. Aaron Jones had 70 yards, 81 all-purpose yards for Aaron Jones. And the Bears, on the other hand, leaned on their running game. 140 yards rushing for the Bears on the ground. DeAndre Swift with 90 yards rushing on 21 carries. Caleb Williams had 4 carries for 26 yards. Kyle Monungai had 12 carries, 23 yards. DJ Moore had 1 out of the backfield as well. Travis Homer had his first NFL offensive snap today, and that was a tackle for loss in which they didn't call the face mask that everyone else seemed to see it.
The whole world saw.
Except for the official who was literally staring at the play.
There's 2 officials back there, one with the white hat, the referee, and the old the guy that used to stand right behind, right across from the center behind the defensive lineman. Both of those guys had an opportunity to see that. Both of the referees or both of the officials back there decided not to throw it. Thought it was a little bit ridiculous, but what do? They're not perfect, right? That's what everybody says.
A couple of nice plays, although they were unable to bring J.J. McCarthy down in terms of a sack. A couple of quarterback hits from Tremaine Edmonds. C.J. Gardner-Johnson also had one. Austin Booker had one. Grady Jarrett had one. Montez Sweat had one. And a couple of passes deflected the lines of scrimmage from Montez Sweat and, I believe, Tremaine Edmonds at key moments late in the game.
We know this team has a problem rushing the passer.
Yeah.
Not a good day getting after the quarterback.
No.
Just wasn't. That's just factual.
Yep.
Can't really argue with it. You cannot argue with it.
Yep. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll open up the phone lines, 312-332-3776. But first, let's give our stations a chance to identify themselves. You are listening to the Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Welcome to Jackpot Land this fall at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all fall to win your share of thousands in prizes each month and earn entries into the big December Jackpot Land prize drawings. Your October, November, and December entries all count. Win thousands in cash or reward play. Welcome to Jackpot Land, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
In football, success is about team effort, and the same is true for your hair. At Great Clips, they save your haircut details in clip notes, so every member of the highly skilled team knows exactly how to create your signature look. And with our easy-to-use app, you can check in from anywhere and get a ready next text when you're up next for a cut. It's the confidence of a great haircut, delivered by a team you trust. Download our app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
You have heard me talk about how businesses are elevating their game in Bolingbrook. Here's Mayor Mary Alexander Basta to tell you herself.
Thanks, Peggy. Bolingbrook remains the most desirable southwest suburban location to start or expand your business. I invite you to learn how welcoming we are to the many businesses who recently have made Bolingbrook their home.
So if you're looking to elevate your future and the future of your business, visit bebolingbrook.com to learn more.
Join us and be Bolingbrook.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Choose Bradley University. Whether you're building robots, training on cutting-edge medical simulators, or diving into sports communication, Bradley prepares you. You'll cheer on D1 athletics, study abroad, and choose from over 200 student organizations. Plus, you'll benefit from competitive internships, community-focused research, and a top-tier education that provides a proven return on investments. Choose Bradley. Apply today at bradley.edu.
This is the Our Idea is Ready to Launch vision. This is the Create Great Jobs vision. This is the We Need More Space vision. This is Busey, where your business visions become realizations. Through securing capital for growth and comprehensive strategies that ensure a prosperous future. Because thriving businesses mean thriving people and thriving communities. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
Ask Lakeview Insurance Agency in Chicago if Auto Owners make sense for you.
You all know the 13 reasons to use Windy City to go to Soldier Field, but now there is a 14th, Gate 14. Windy City can drop off and pick up right at the gate. No more trudging in the rain, snow, or cold. Football, concerts, soccer. You will be safe and warm and get home an hour before your friends. Call 866-94-WINDY or WindyCityLimos.com. Tell them the M&M guy sent you.
This November, score your share of $300K in prizes with Autumn Action at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
This is the home of the Bears. ESPN Chicago. WMVP, WTBC HD2, Chicago.
The swing of the right leg and sends it in the air to Duvernay at the 5, out to the 10, to the 15, angles middle of the field to the 20, 25, blocked by Blackwell, away to the 30, Duvernay 40, Duvernay to the 50, to the 45-yard line and out of bounds. Devin Duvernay with some key blocks, including Blackwell, and the Bears are in business with 42 seconds to go.
Peggy and Yurko, post-game on ESPN Chicago.
Devin Duvernay's only kickoff return of the game, a 56-yarder in the final minute, set up Kairo Santos for his fourth field goal of the game and the game winner. And Devin Duvernay's 56-yard kickoff return is our Bears' advantage of the game. Don't forget, when we give you this Bears advantage, we'll open up the phone lines later in the show, ask you to recall what it was. The caller that correctly states what the Bears advantage was will be entered to win a 2026 Chevy Trax. Again, the Bears advantage of the game today is Devin Duvernay's 56-yard kickoff return. Nice play today by Devin Duvernay. Nice coming back after a missed field goal by Kairo Santos as he earlier in the game broke Robbie Gould's record for the most 50-plus yard field goals made by a Chicago Bears kicker. A couple of interceptions by the Bears defense as well when it was needed. So the Bears came together. They picked each other up, complimentary when it was needed. But next they have Aaron Rodgers, who owns them at Soldier Field, coming to the lakefront next week.
He has when he was a member of the Green Bay Packers. He's no longer a member of the Green Bay Packers, so whatever theoretical magic that he had over the Bears, especially at Soldier Field, is just a figment of one's imagination. Now that he's with the Pittsburgh Steelers, twice removed now from the Green Bay Packers, having been a part of the New York Jets, whatever mojo he had, I believe, is gone. The group here doesn't really recognize it. That's Ben Johnson, his coaching staff, and most of the players that are probably here that have been here for 2 or 3 years, most of those players have never seen him in a Green Bay uniform playing against the Chicago Bears. So, whatever he once had, I believe he no longer has and should not be a focus on what the Bears go with this week. You're going against the Steelers. They like to run the ball. They got a quarterback that used to be accurate. You could put pressure on him. You got an offensive line you might be able to take advantage of, so let's do that. It's definitely not a strength of the Bears to get after the quarterback. But with the blitzing game they have, I'm hoping they can find a way to be successful.
Let's go out to La Crosse, Wisconsin, hit the phone lines where Dave is holding on. Hello, Dave. Welcome into the Bears postgame show.
Hey, guys. How you doing today?
Good.
Good. Say, I just wanted to give some props to the holder, Torrey Taylor. I don't know if you guys saw it live or if you watched replay or not, but I noticed on the hold on that game-winning kick, he caught it, put it down, spun it, saw it wasn't quite right, spun it just a little bit more. I think as Kairo was already in the motion of kicking and probably saved the kick in the game by spinning the ball perfectly.
Double spin, huh?
Wow.
I'm going to have to take that. I'm going to take a gander at that one.
I did not notice that, yeah.
Yeah, you can see the laces, and he spins it, and there's like a white or oval on the ball, and he spins it just a little bit more at the last second.
I'm looking it up right now.
Now you got Yurko. Now you got Yurko curious because he loves the little intricacies like that.
I mean,
Dave, thank you.
I mean, what I love is the fact that the Bears won the game. I didn't know we had a double spin. I thought we had the original catch, put down, spin. I didn't know we had a double spin. So if there was a double spin or a second time of touching the ball, I've got to see it. And here it is. I've got it coming up right here. Hopefully I get the end zone copy. No, leave me alone. Just give me the play.
Wasn't it in the week 1 game? I'm not remembering this correctly. In the week 1 Monday night game against the Vikings, wasn't that one of those games, the very first game, and Kairo Santos did not have, what do they call the balls that they use now that the kickers are using that are broken in already?
Just a kicking ball. That's what they call it, the kicking ball.
Okay.
It comes out of the kicking bag.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're allowed to have it all week long to basically break it in, right?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. So I thought that was in the first game, the first match. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm forgetting it. But in any event, nice job by Kairo Santos who, listen, it's not easy to come back after you realize that. It was that first week?
No, I just saw the hold. So the hold, there is a little bit of a double spin by the holder, but it's with his top hand, so it's not like his offhand spun it twice.
The top hand.
The top hand.
Because I saw the offhand from a distance. I'm looking for something that's a little bit better and more in depth.
It's on Bears' website. The can't miss.
Is it? All right.
So it's there. There is a little bit of an extra spin. Nice
All
job.
right.
All right. But it came with the right hand, the ball on top.
The top hand. Yeah.
Risky play right there. I wonder if he's done that a million times. So for him, that's like nothing. You know what I'm saying? For him, that's like eating a bowl of soup. Not really a problem.
Yeah, just muscle memory.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, he's got it.
Let's go out to Detroit. Steven, you're up next. Hi, Steven.
Hey, guys. I called a couple of weeks ago, that watching the Bears is not good for your health, and it's not for the faint of heart. And we're all going to die watching the game at some point. Again, it was one of those moments, but look, I think we can all agree that this was probably the worst game Ben Johnson called today. Like Travis Homer on a jet sweep, like Dustin Smythe. Like, what are we doing here? And, 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, Ben has this weird tendency to throw the ball, like we saw on that first half on a 20-yard deep out, missing Roma Dunze. I haven't seen those things converted for first downs at all this year, and it's starting to kind of build up. And look, I get it. We won, and it's probably not a huge problem in the context of things, but I do see this weird tendency. And today I just felt that, Caleb didn't have a good game, and so did Ben Johnson. I want to know what you guys think. Thank you.
How did you feel about that, Yurko, with Ben Johnson and some of the play calling?
I don't mind putting Bagent on there. I kind of understood what he was doing. He wanted to run a play, and he wanted somebody to pay attention to what Bagent was doing on the field.
A little distraction, a little decoy.
Well, and let's make sure we don't – I'm not going to come off the corner hell-bent for election with this guy that's not normally here. So I'm going to play it a little bit cautious. So I didn't mind that necessarily. I've got no problem with the third tight end getting in the game. He's got to catch the ball when it's thrown to him. You've got other wide receivers that didn't catch the ball when it was thrown to him. You had a quarterback that overthrew 2 guys deep that were open.
Yes.
Right? So everybody took their share of not getting it done, making mistakes over the course of time. Last 2 weeks, the first 15, where the Bears have been so good all year, the last 2 weeks, they've struggled in the first quarter. So that's a part of now Ben has got to adjust to the way they've adjusted to him,
right,
and what he likes to get done in the first quarter. It's not easy to win in the NFL, and the Bears did it in the weirdest way today, missing the field goal. I was yelling at Kairo Santos. I was screaming at him.
Yep.
I couldn't stand a little. Nah, I'm not going to say it. But I couldn't stand him. And you heard me what I said to the screen. And I went on a 45-second diatribe about how I hate kickers. I don't like kickers. But at the end of the day, I liked my kicker because he won the game.
Because he won the game when they needed to.
He won the game when they needed to. So now you're liked. That's what happens when you do it the way you're supposed to. Now you get liked.
Well, and as Caleb said, he had full belief in Kairo in that moment. So I'm glad he did.
Yeah.
A lot of other people were holding their breath. Quentin is on the west side. Hi, Quentin.
Peggy, hey, Yurko. I agree with you, Yurko. I can't stand Carlos Santos. but a win is a win. I'll choose Jake Booty over Carlos Santos. But I'm going to say this. A win is a win. We got to clean up these mistakes. We got to get better. We at home against Pittsburgh. Whoever's quarterback, if it be Aaron Rodgers or Mason Rudolph or the Water Boy, I don't care. We shut down Aaron Rodgers. We shut him up, or we shut up Mason Rudolph, or we shut up the Water Boy. Bottom line, 8-3. We take down Aaron Rodgers once and for all, or whoever else they got. The point is that I can't stand Aaron Rodgers, period, because he was a Packer where he owned the Bears, but not no more. It's time for us to shut Aaron Rodgers up once and for all. If he's playing or if it's Mason Rudolph, I really don't care.
Thank you, Quentin. I can't stand Aaron Rodgers. I think maybe it was because when he was in Green Bay, we had such a heavy dose of him that his arrogance always just drove me crazy.
The constant losses.
He's a phenomenal quarterback.
Yeah.
He's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah.
I do not deny that. It just...
Yeah. Well, between him and Favre and the domination they had over their careers of the Chicago Bears, I can understand where the frustration would lie with the Bears for 30 years. Going up against Green Bay almost meant a guaranteed loss.
Yeah.
So I get that. I understand the frustrations. And you're right, he's probably one of the best quarterbacks, top 10 quarterbacks that ever played in the league. So you have to acknowledge that. Has he played too long? Most of them do. Most of them do play too long. But he wants to play. He wants to continue to cash the checks, and he's not going to go out in the real world and cash those checks. So somewhat I can understand that a little bit.
Well, and look, like it didn't work out for him in New York, but it sure seems to be working out for him so far in Pittsburgh. I mean, playing for Mike Tomlin, the Steelers are 6-4.
Yep.
You know, they beat the Bengals today, 34-12. Okay, whatever. But yeah, I mean,
everybody's beating the Bengals.
Everyone, yeah, exactly. So, but at least it looks like he's on the right team. If this is going to be his swan song, then, you know, he's on a team with a coach that he respects and who respects him. And so far, you know, they're 6-4 in the season. So you can't deny that. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, more of your phone calls. You're listening to the Great Clips postgame show right here on the Chicago Bears Radio Network.
And here we are, folks. It's the Jeff and Jeff call. I know football.
And I know houses, because when it comes to selling your house, you need a winning team you can trust.
No surprises, no fumbles, just a clear path to closing, just like a perfect play.
Jeff Buys Your House makes it simple. A fair offer, no repairs needed, and a closing date on your timeline.
Don't take a chance selling your house with just anyone. Visit us at jeffbuysyourhouse.com for your no-obligation offer today.
Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, Electric wants you to avoid breakdowns this winter. Did you know your dirty furnace costs more to operate? It increases your utility bill and leads to more breakdowns? Now's the time. Schedule your Four Seasons tune-up today for only $89.95. The furnace tune-up includes a 30-point inspection, complete cleaning, and is backed by the industry-leading 1-year, no breakdown guarantee. Peace of mind, lower utility bills, just a Four Seasons tune-up away.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Hey Bears fans, it's Sylvie. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of the Chicago Bears, and this season, they're teaming up with Special Spaces Illinois to create dream bedrooms for kids battling cancer. Every time the Bears defense causes a false start at home, Steinhoffels donates $1,000 to Special Spaces Illinois. Steinhoffels, now with 7 locations, has Chicagoland's largest selection of furniture and mattresses, all styles, every budget, and they're 100% employee-owned. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Dear football fans, elevate your game with a tough-as-nails Toyota truck. Tacoma's a big-time playmaker no matter what's in your game plan. Tundra's a tailgating MVP that works hard and plays even harder. And the 4Runner's a Hall of Famer when it comes to rugged roads. Whichever Toyota truck you choose, you're riding with a champion. Visit Toyota.com to learn more or check out your local Toyota dealership today. Toyota, let's go places.
Mitch, you played in the NFL like me. You know how important the red zone is.
Absolutely, Yurko. And in retirement, your red zone is the 5 years before and after you stop working. That's where the game's won.
That's what I tell people. Don't go at it alone. Mitch Lyons Wealth is the team to trust.
We build personalized game plans to help you retire confidently. No guesswork, just strategy.
Visit MitchLyonsWealth.com today. That's Mitch Lyons Wealth.
Your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
$1.5 million. The Verdoliak Law Group wins again for their clients. That's right. The Verdoliak Law Group recovered $1.5 million for a client who was injured in an auto accident. If you're injured, make sure to call the Verdoliak Law Group. Hey, this is Yurko. You all know I played professional football and I've been on the radio for many years. I've had the chance to endorse a lot of products and companies, but I've always believed in only backing the ones I truly trust. And now I get to endorse a company owned by close friends, the Verdoliak Law Group. They've been helping people for over 60 years, even some of my friends and neighbors. Just like choosing an experienced doctor, you want skilled lawyers by your side. With $9 billion recovered and 40,000 clients served, they're proven experts in personal injury, accidents, wrongful death, and more. Call my friends at 8444-VLG-LAW. The Verdoliak Law Group will do great for you, too. Call 844-4VLG-LAW.
Hey football fans, it's Adam Colopy with the Village of Bedford Park. Just like a winning team needs great players, your business needs the right support to succeed. And that's exactly what you'll find in Bedford Park. Our team works hard to block obstacles, open lanes, and help drive your business into the end zone. Plus, we offer a safe and reliable Lake Michigan water supply. Ready to move the chains for your business? Contact me, Adam Colopy, at ACOLLOPY@villageofbedfordpark.com.
This is the home for every Bears game.
Touchdown! Touchdown Bears!
ESPN Chicago.
Welcome back to Tyler Rocky and Shane Orling. We're back on ESPN Chicago.
There's a wing left, snap, play fake to Monange, under pressure. I don't know how he spun away, but he did. Caleb running right, 20, 25, 30, out of bounds to the 32. Wow. He was dead. Right? He was a goner. Tommy, you yelped and got away with it.
Peggy and Yurko, post-game on ESPN Chicago.
That's right, it is Peggy and Yurko right here on the Bears Radio Network. Wrapping a 1917 Bears win, 7-3 now on the season, in first place until the Sunday night game to see what happens with the Lions in Philadelphia tonight. Lions go into that game at 6-3, but the Bears, Yurko, fourth win on the road, 4-2 on the road, and you've always said this: you have to prove you can win on the road. I don't even think I heard the U.S. Bank Stadium crowd at all through the microphones on the TV broadcast.
They didn't have much to cheer about. Their team was getting dominated, offensive line, defensive line. The only plays they were making via the blitz, bringing 9 guys into the box, trying to slow the Bears' rush down. So they didn't have a lot to cheer about. Things were going the Bears' way, 16-3. And then all of a sudden they had to return. And then 2 plays later, they had a touchdown. So that return kind of sparked the crowd, got everybody going, and the next thing you know, they're in the end zone at 16-10, and you're scratching your head as a Bears fan. You dominated this football game. You missed a field goal. They get a ball. Boom. They're in great field position, and they find a way to put it in the end zone. So, it can be a little bit frustrating at times, and you're hoping that your team can do something to widen the lead. And they had the opportunity to, and they missed. And then it's just like, oh, boy, here we go again. And it happened. They scored a touchdown. And you're down 17-16, and you're asking yourself, how? How with a 13-point lead? How? But it happened. It was there, right in front of the eyes. So it's something it'll drive you crazy.
Rick is in Virginia. Hello, Rick. Welcome into the show.
And thanks for taking my calls.
Of course.
Thanks for taking my call. I've got an answer to what Yerk just said. We let them hang around, and the reason why they were able to hang around is 2 reasons. Number one, we're still kicking too many field goals in the red zone when we should be scoring touchdowns. Now, I'll take that drive. When we were, another caller made the statement that Ben Johnson really didn't call a great game. And I think the worst segment of it was we were up by 10 points, I believe. And we had the ball, and he called 3 passes in a row. And with 2 of the 3 passes, Caleb Williams got sacked. All of a sudden, we kick the ball. They get a huge punt return. 3 plays later, they're in the end zone. Huge momentum shift. So I think we got to do better. We got to clean up in the red zone some more, and we can't let opponents like these just hang around. It almost came back to bite us.
That was very frustrating, Yurko, to see when Kevin Byard's interception, you get the ball, at the 30-yard line of the Vikings, and you can't punch it in. You can't get 7. That's frustrating. You can't get 6. That was very frustrating to see. But you know what? You just got to keep racking up the points when you can. So, but the field goals today, they were 1 of 2 in the red zone. They had trouble sustaining drives. They had trouble getting into the red zone, and
they settled for 2 field goals when they got into the red zone.
Yep.
One was the 20, and one they got a little bit further in there, and they ended up settling for field goals. So it's not fun. It's not fun when that ends up happening.
Nope. Let's keep going on the phone lines in Colorado Springs. Alec, you're up next. Hello, Alec.
Hey, guys. How's it going? So I got 2 things to say here. First of all, my brother is a Dolphins fan, and I'm a Bears fan, and we have a bet every year that whoever team has the better record owes the other one $5. And I've basically been giving my brother $5 for almost 6 years at this point. So just shout out to the team here. And I never thought I'd see a team that's 7-3 for sure. And the big issue last year was the Bears being able to close games. We were seeing the Bears, especially under Matt Eberflus, not being able to close out the game. Obviously, the glaring one is going to be the Detroit Lions game. But, this year we're seeing the team close games, which is really exciting. And, I mean, there is some problems. I would say the biggest problem is we're just not getting pressure up front. We're allowing whatever quarterback it is to sit up there too long and hang out up there and be able to dissect our defense. So I think once we start getting pressure up front, we'll start having a better defense. Been a great fan of you guys, listen to you guys all the time, so thanks for taking the call.
Alec, thank you. We appreciate that. Yerk, earlier this week, Dennis Allen was asked about how much he has to change his defensive game plans due to the personnel that is available to him. I mean, look at who they were without today. They were without T.J. Edwards, Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon. Dominique Robinson was able to return today. Ruben Hippolyte returned today. Josh Blackwell returned today as well. But he said, you don't make excuses. You just have to keep going in your playbook. But yes, there are things that you cannot do when you don't have your starters. And they haven't even scratched the surface because they haven't had their starting defense for a single game this season.
Yeah. And nobody has any sympathy for you. People don't care. Other teams don't care. The NFL doesn't care, and certainly the fans don't care. The defensive coordinator understands who his personnel are, who's available, when they're available, and then he's got to formulate a game plan with the guys he's got. Then as the game goes on, depending upon the matchups, he's finding out what's effective and what's not effective. And as the game continues to go on, trying to put the players in the best position where they can make plays. So that's his challenge. That's what he's got. Would I like to see everybody healthy? Absolutely. Do I want number one back on the field? Yes. 6, 53. Do I want them all back? Of course I do. I want them all back. I want this defense to be at full-fledged, fully equipped, to see exactly what this team can be all about. Come December, we might have that, and hopefully we do.
Jalen Johnson did return to practice this week on Friday, which is, what is Friday? Typically like goal line stuff, and it's not full practices. So
you're not even in equipment.
It's
on Fridays, no equipment.
It opens the 21-day window for him, so they have until the Packers game the first week of December, whether to put him back on the 53-man roster and make a roster move to activate him. So, but the good news is the 21-day window is open for Jalen Johnson returning to practice, and when he is full strength, they will activate him for a game. Whether or not it's next week against Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers, who knows? Who knows? I believe when it was both Austin Booker and Amen Agbagbamiga, they both spent the entire 21 days before they were activated. So just because they're in that window doesn't mean that they're ready to return. Let's keep going on the phone lines. I believe Bob is not happy with this Bears 7-3 record. Hi, Bob.
Hey, Peggy. Hey, Yurko. How's it going?
What's up?
So I got some buddies on a group chat. They're saying we're the worst 7-3 team in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the NFL, every 7-3 team is going to have a story. They're going to say, well, we played the Bengals with the Burless Bengals, or Jackson Dart. If he doesn't go out, the Bears are going to lose that game. Got J.J. McCarthy, his fifth game, throws 2 interceptions. They don't win that game without J.J. McCarthy throwing 2 interceptions. Let's just enjoy the 7-3 game, or 7-3 season. We're first place. Go Bears.
It's a feather in my chapeau. If somebody wants to call me the worst 7-3 team in the NFL, fine. I'll take it. I don't care. Right. I'm still 7-3. That's it. Exactly. Doesn't matter.
The 7 straight games against teams that are under 500 now for the Bears. They're 7-1 in the past month. 7 straight against teams that are under 500. They still have the lowest strength of victory among the 16 teams in the NFL that have winning records. Cowboys, Raiders, Commanders, Saints, Bengals, and Giants are all 5-21 since week 6. So, yeah, I get what people are saying, and you can't deny it. It is there, but at the same time, the second half of the season has begun. You play the team that's in front of you. Like they were saying, you look in your look through the windshield, not off the rearview mirror. You can't look out the side.
That's right.
And you just got to keep looking ahead at who's in front of you. That's the way it stands. Keep going on the phone lines? Yeah, let's keep going on the phone lines. Wanda's on the west side. Hi, Wanda.
Hi, how are you?
Hello, Wanda. Good.
Girl, look, I went to church today, and so I'm calling to just confess, because at the last when the Vikings got that last point.
No, you didn't.
I turned the channel.
No, you didn't.
I turned that channel, but then something told me to go flip back. And I flipped back, and then I was able to say, oh, thank you, Jesus. We won.
At what point did you, Wanda, at what point did you flip back? When the ball was sailing through the goalposts?
At the last 4 seconds.
Oh, my goodness.
At the last 4 seconds.
Oh, my goodness.
So I had to get that off of me. I had to confess. I did. I turned the channel.
Not a problem. Now, I appreciate your confession. Now you have 10 Hail Marys to go say, and then never turn the channel off in the fourth quarter of a Bears game.
I learned my lesson today.
Never again, Wanda. Never again.
Never again, baby. Never have I ever.
Wanda, thank you. We appreciate your phone call. Let's get another phone call in here. Rick is on hold in Valparaiso. Hi, Rick.
Hello, how you doing?
Good.
That's good. Call for two things. One is beginning of the game, I thought, man, neither team, Caleb couldn't hit a long pass, and so overthrowing like Tommy does, but he settled down. And then Vikings couldn't catch a pass. I thought this was going to be ugly all game. And then a week ago, I thought the Bears had gone to lose for sure. And I told my wife about 6 minutes left in the game, I said, they're done. They're winning. They're done now. And they came back and won. I finally believed in the Bears. At 50 seconds today, I said, this team's going to come back and win. Not the way I thought they would do it with Caleb. I thought Caleb would win it. The return game kicked in gear right there. But I'm going to have a second point was next week I'm going to have issues. I'm a big Pittsburgh fan all my life. I was born there, and I am going to decide who I got to root for next week.
Well, I hope you figure it out, my friend.
Rick, I don't know why you thought that they would not win this game when they were playing a team
I
that's.
thought they would. This week I thought they're going to win.
Okay, I was going to say.
I believe them this week.
They're playing a team under 500. The Bears now have 5 wins in the fourth quarter this year. They've won 7 of their last 8 games. It's the teams that are really good that we have to look and say, let's see how good this Bears team can be. Right? Rick?
I'm not worried about them. I feel good about them. They got a way to win. And I don't care how against who they've done it with, they found a way now, and they believe in themselves, I see.
Exactly. Confidence wins breeds confidence. Rick, thank you for the phone call. We appreciate that. First division win for the Bears after starting out the season 0-2, both losses in the division. It was a very important win today as they vault to the top of the NFC North, which is amazing. So let's take a break. When we come back, more of your phone calls at 312-332-3776. This is the Great Clips postgame show on the Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Want to live life at max volume? Then look no further than Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana. With over 1,700 slots, 80 table games, live entertainment, and 5 restaurants which span a wide range of culinary genres, we are sure to have something for everyone. Whether you want to indulge in a savory dish at Council Oaks Steaks and Seafood, or take in dinner and live music at the world-renowned Hard Rock Cafe. Amplify your entertainment experience at Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana. Just off Exit 6, I-8094. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Injured in a car accident? Don't fumble the ball. Call Postman Law. They fight for everyday people who don't have deep pockets like big insurance companies. Postman Law knows their playbook, and they use it to get you results fast. And with over $3 billion won for their clients, Postman Law delivers. From auto accidents to workplace injuries, when you need a win, call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com for your free consultation. Others promise, Postman delivers. This is attorney advertising.
If you're turning 65 or new to Medicare, Humana might just have the health plan you're looking for. Our Medicare Advantage plans offer coverage and care you can count on. You could get a plan with a $0 premium or an all-in-one plan that may include medical and prescription coverage, as well as routine dental, vision, and hearing. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
It's another exciting game day for Bears fans, and on game days, it's all about more. More action, more noise, and more savings. That's right, Bears fans save up to 25 cents per gallon on game days with a fuel rewards program from Shell. That means you can keep your tailgates going all season long. So don't drop the ball on saving more at the pump. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program, and take your savings all the way to the end zone. Terms and conditions apply. Visit www.fuelrewards.com/bears for full offer details.
Hey, I'm ordering dinner. I was thinking burgers.
Boom! I just earned a $650 bonus for opening up a checking account at Old National Bank. Sorry, what'd you say? Burgers?
No, I definitely said 40-ounce dry-aged tomahawk steaks. Yep, with those little sautéed mushrooms.
Earn up to a $650 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Visit oldnational.com/checking and get old. Member FDIC. Additional restrictions apply. Offer valid through October 31st, 2025.
In Chicago, football isn't just a game, it's a way of life. And when the Bears hit the field, there's only one drink that brings the flavor, Dr. Pepper. It's bold. It's original. It's the best 23 flavors in football. So whether you're cheering in the stadium, tailgating in the lot, or yelling from afar, make sure you've got Dr. Pepper in hand. Go Bears, and drink up. It's a Pepper King.
Illinois State University and Chicago's favorite football team have a lot in common. A long tradition. Illinois State is the oldest public university in Illinois. A history of success. Redbird graduates earn $15,000 more than the national average. And highly regarded recruits. Our newest freshman class is our largest ever. There's never been a better time to tune in on Sundays, and there's never been a better time to be a Redbird. Get started on a Hall of Fame career today. Learn more and apply for admission at illinoisstate.edu/admissions.
For the first time ever, the average age of a first-time homebuyer is in their 30s. We believe that it's still something all should aspire to. At Hearthside Realty, we work every day to make the dream of homeownership a reality for you. We know the communities we serve, and we provide the diversity of staff to help you every step of the way. And we're licensed in Illinois and Indiana. Start your journey at lennyfile.com. I'm Lenny File, and I go the extra mile. Visit lennyfile, that's FEIL.com today.
Advantage Chevrolet Hodgkins, your connection to your new Chevy. Drive home in less than 60 minutes or they'll make your first car payment. See them in Hodgkins or visit AdvantageChevrolet.com.
Restrictions apply. Ask dealer for details.
First down at 10 from the 31. Out of the pistol formation. Play fake. Pressure was about to hit. They picked it up. It's intercepted. Fired on the other end of it at 45. Running right to the 40. To the 35 of the Vikings. With a block upfield by big Andrew Billings. He gets out of bounds. And the Bears have turned over J.J. McCarthy. From his 30 on first down. Snap back, four-man rush. McCarthy gonna loft it down the left side. He's got Allison up in the air. And the pass is intercepted in the end zone. Nation Wright, baby! He did it again! Another interception for the former Viking. In the end zone with very good coverage on Jordan Addison in the left corner of the end zone.
Bears Monday starts with Cap and Jay Hood on ESPN Chicago.
The Bears with their 14th and 15th interceptions of the season on back-to-back Vikings drives. They now have 22 takeaways on the year, leading the NFL. Kevin Byard's 5th of the season leads the Bears. Nahshon Wright had his 4th in the end zone, and that is finding the great in this game, brought to you by Great Clips, because at Great Clips, they save your haircut details and clip notes so every member of the highly skilled team knows exactly how to create your signature look. Download their app today. Great Clips. It's going to be great. We talked about this yesterday on Peggy and Dion. We talked about it again earlier here in the postgame. Nahshon Wright had a very difficult week this week. It was just 4 weeks ago he hosted his junior college coach Beam from the college that he went to, Laney College in Oakland, Laney Junior College, before he transferred to Division I school. He and his brother Rajon, who plays for the Saints, both played for Coach Beam at Laney College in Oakland. And Coach Beam was also the center of the Netflix show Last Chance U, because of the opportunities that he gives guys in a rough area of Oakland. Second chances, a chance to play organized football at the junior college level. And he's also tough love. One of the things that Nahshon Wright talked about was when his father was murdered when he was younger, it was Coach Beam who came to his house and let him and his brother know the terrible news. Well, unfortunately, on Thursday, Nahshon Wright got some terrible news, and that was that his Coach Beam had been gunned down on the Laney College campus by a gunman, and by Friday afternoon, his former junior college coach had passed away. It was a very difficult last few days for Nahshon Wright, and he had one of the interceptions today, a key one in the end zone. And reporters were able to talk to him after the game.
He meant the world to me. When my dad was killed, he came to my house and got me out the bed, and someone I can confide in, someone that I love dearly. We talk once a week easily. Really at loss for words. Yeah.
When did your father pass?
My dad was killed in 2017. And yeah, Beam stepped in as a father figure, a father role. He did a lot for me and my brother, my family. He's been there every step of the way, and it won't stop. I gained the angel, so for sure.
He did gain an angel, and the mayor of Oakland, California, the police chiefs, did say that there is someone in custody for that murder of Nahshon Wright's former coach, Beam, and that it was someone who knew Coach Beam, and they inferred that it was someone that he was reaching out to try to also give him a second chance. So our hearts and prayers do go out to Nahshon Wright and his brother Rajon and the entire Laney Community College community on the death of Coach Beam. Many of you who have watched Netflix's Last Chance U would recognize him right away. Turning our attention here, Yerk, to Nahshon Wright. Not easy also to step into the shoes of number one being out, Jalen Johnson. And it's tough. He doesn't have the same skill set to be a cover corner like Jalen Johnson is. But at the same time, he gives up a touchdown, but he also prevents another one. And he's got 4 interceptions so far on the year. Yeah,
which is tied for the NFL lead, if I'm not mistaken. The other one, the touchdown that he gave up, you could see what happened. He cheated over to Justin Jefferson. And the gun of J.J. McCarthy is what squeezed that football into where it needed to be. But you could see him leave his zone and his area in the deep third to kind of maybe think about going to help. And because he thought about going to help, because he thought they were going to go to Justin Jefferson, he left his guy a little bit too open. And then the ball was rifled there. He got there just a tick late, but a tick late nonetheless. But you see where he was at. He was thinking, hey, if he's going to go someplace here late in the game, he's probably going to go with Justin Jefferson. And instead he went to, number
Jordan
3?
Addison.
Jordan Addison, yeah. Number 3, Jordan Addison. And that ball was rifled in there. And that's why if you're a fan of J.J. McCarthy, you say, look at that throw. That's the kind of throw. That's a big league throw. Being able to see a guy cheating and fire the football in there for a touchdown. So, but yeah, listen, Wright's had big shoes to fill. He's come in. He's got the NFL lead for interceptions right now.
Actually, Kevin Byard does.
Oh, he's got 5 now.
Byard has 5.
That's right. He's jumped up to 5.
I believe Edmonds and Wright right now ties Edmonds for second
place, yes, in the NFL. So, big shoes to fill. Not easy. Having to come in for a number one guy, and it looked like Giuliani was getting picked on, but he's been kind of a resilient young man. He's been out there, and he's made some plays for you. And like this team has been getting better all year. He's been getting better all year, too.
Bears have won 7 of their last 8 games, 5 wins now in the fourth quarter this year. I tell you, we need Garmin. We need a Garmin heart rate monitor to pass out to our callers, to our Bears fans, to give them out when you walk in the gate next week at Soldier Field when Aaron Rodgers comes. Oh, by the way, Aaron Rodgers news. Let's take a break. When we come back, I'll tell you the latest on Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers when they come to Soldier Field next week.
Here comes 7 wins down, 7 more games to go. Next up for the Bears are the Steelers on Sunday along the lakefront. Plus 3 more NFC North opponents at a date with a defending Super Bowl champion still to come. Be part of it all. Right here. Bears interviews, Bears analysis, and every Bears game. This is the home of the Bears. ESPN Chicago.
Officer, can I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends December 1st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hi, this is Dave Musial, owner of 4 Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. With our biggest sale ever. Furnaces from $39 a month. Furnace and air conditioning combos from $59 a month. Plus 72 months interest-free financing and up to a $4,000 system rebate. 4 Seasons guarantee guaranteed to beat any competitor's price by up to $1,000 guaranteed. So call today for your free in-home estimate and same-day installation.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4Seasons.
Roofers and Waterproofers Local 11 provides quality value and service in all facets of the commercial, industrial, and institutional roofing and waterproofing industry. Promoting skilled craftsmen and craftswomen through apprenticeship training, Local 11 members are trained in the application of the latest roofing and waterproofing techniques. They are at the forefront of design and installation of environmental-friendly solar, green, and garden systems. To find a highly skilled roofing contractor today, go to ChicagoRoofingContractors.org.
$1.5 million. The Verdoliak Law Group wins again for their clients. That's right. The Verdoliak Law Group recovered $1.5 million for a client who was injured in an auto accident. If you're injured, make sure to call the Verdoliak Law Group. Hey, this is Yurko. You all know I played professional football and I've been on the radio for many years. I've had the chance to endorse a lot of products and companies, but I've always believed in only backing the ones I truly trust. And now I get to endorse a company owned by close friends, the Verdoliak Law Group. They've been helping people for over 60 years, even some of my friends and neighbors. Just like choosing an experienced doctor, you want skilled lawyers by your side. With $9 billion recovered and 40,000 clients served, they're proven experts in personal injury, accidents, wrongful death, and more. Call my friends at 8444-VLG-LAW. The Verdoliak Law Group will do great for you, too. Call 8444-VLG-LAW.
At People's Bank, earning $400 cash has never been easier. Open a new checking account online, complete a few simple steps, and they'll deposit $400 right into your account. Move towards your goals faster with the checking account that fits your life.
$400 cash incentive is available to new checking account customers who open an eligible account online, enroll in e-statements, and receive qualifying direct deposits totaling $1,000 or more within 90 days. Limited to one account per customer. Other terms and conditions apply. Visit ibankpeoples.com/new/checking/account/offer for details. Member FDIC.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask Lakeview Insurance Agency in Chicago if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Choose Bradley University. Whether you're building robots, training on cutting-edge medical simulators, or diving into sports communication, Bradley prepares you. You'll cheer on D1 athletics, study abroad, and choose from over 200 student organizations. Plus, you'll benefit from competitive internships, community-focused research, and a top-tier education that provides a proven return on investments. Choose Bradley. Apply today at bradley.edu.
The Chicago Bears podcast. If you aren't listening, you're not getting the whole story. See it or hear it now on the ESPN Chicago app or wherever you like to pod.
Snap is back. Hold is good. Sweeps the right leg. Kairo Santos is up. It's good! Good! Good from 48! Kairo Santos mobbed on the Viking logo. Bears win it 19-17. Another comeback drive by Caleb Williams. The Iceman coming, and the Bears take it from the Vikings.
Oh, man, just a resilient group. I've been saying, man, if you've been a Chicago Bears fan, you've been getting your money worth. You know, it's been going down to the end, and we're just going to keep trying to do our best to be able to come out with these wins and keep stacking them.
Peggy and Yurko postgame, ESPN Chicago.
The Bears with another comeback, their fourth quarter comeback this year. Most comebacks by a Bears quarterback in a season ever, and there's still quite a few games left in the season. Bears will be hosting Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers next week, 12 noon kickoff on the lakefront here in Chicago. Aaron Rodgers left the game today, injuring his left hand during the Steelers' final drive of the first half. It was unclear what exactly happened, but he did have blood dripping down from his hand. It looks like maybe it got hit, but he did not return to the game. Instead, it was Mason Rudolph who returned. Listen, like you said, Rudolph picked right up where Rodgers left off, completed 127 yards, 5 touchdown pass to running back. I believe it was 2 touchdown drives led by Rudolph in the second half. So don't take this team lightly. They come in with 6 wins, I believe, now on the season, and it'll be an interesting one on the lakefront here with Aaron Rodgers.
That's right. Blood on his hands and his hands in the till. Got to get after him next week. That's what it's all about. Make him uncomfortable. Bat the ball up. Let's get some interceptions that way. Let's find a way. That's all you got to do is you're looking just to find a way. And I like it.
Bears would like to be playing their best football in the second half of the season, but we have yet to see it. I don't know if it's because of the number of injuries.
I think that's good.
You do? You think because it's still there within grasp?
Yeah, you're 7-3. You're winning games. You're not doing against the elite teams in the NFL, but you're winning games. And if your best football's ahead of you, good for the Chicago Bears.
Well, it's definitely ahead of them. Wide receivers struggled today. Roma Dunze struggled yet again. We saw Caleb put on the cape and the Houdini act. Escapability continues to really be something to marvel at times. There's a couple of times that pocket collapsed, and any other quarterback would have just gone down. But they talk about his lower body strength is so strong. His legs are so thick that his strength to get out of that, everyone's marveling at it.
Well, he's got the pivot. He's got the pivot. I just watched Mahomes do it up there. The Denver rush is absolutely tremendous. And you got to have that pivot out where you kind of give it that forward lean, get somebody going to where you think they're going to be, and then you pivot out, you reverse pivot out, and you go. So he's got that now. And he's comfortable with it now. As opposed to, remember when he was spinning in circle like a top?
And going backwards.
He looked like the Tasmanian devil.
Yeah.
And now he's getting rid of the football. You're getting out there. Who cares that you were 16 of 32 today? You won a football game.
Yeah.
Okay? Nobody cares that you were 16 of 32. You get out there. Everybody saw the drops. You overthrew some guys. That's fine. But everybody saw the drops. They know you should have better stats than that. But he's getting out. He's stopping the negative plays, which is important.
Now would be a great time to call if you remember who or what our advantage of the game was. 312-332-3776. The caller that correctly states what the Bears' advantage was that we mentioned earlier in the postgame show will be entered to win a 2026 Chevy Trax. When we come back, Yurko's verdict.
Want to live life at max volume? Then look no further than Hard Rock Casino Northern Indiana. With over 1,700 slots, 80 table games, live entertainment, and 5 restaurants which span a wide range of culinary genres, we are sure to have something for everyone. Whether you want to indulge in a savory dish at Council Oaks Steaks and Seafood or take in dinner and live music at the world-renowned Hard Rock Cafe, amplify your entertainment experience at Hard Rock Casino Northern Indiana, just off Exit 6, I-8094. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
In Chicago, football isn't just a game, it's a way of life. And when the Bears hit the field, there's only one drink that brings the flavor, Dr. Pepper. And now, it could be your ticket in. Enter the Dr. Pepper Bears Ticket Sweepstakes at drpepperticketsweeps.com/Bears for your chance to win tickets to an upcoming game. Terms and conditions may apply.
Advantage Dealer Group makes car buying simple and fast with their 60-minute guarantee. They know the process starts online, so every one of their dealerships is designed with your experience in mind. Browse the wide selection of new and used vehicles at Advantage Chevy, Toyota, and Acura. Use their payment calculators, explore financing options, and stop by. They value you and your time, getting you in and out with your new car in 60 minutes or less. Advantage Dealer Group, where car buying fits your schedule.
Getting health insurance that fits your budget isn't easy.
At Get Covered Illinois, we are here to help.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
A place where health insurers compete for your business. A website where you can compare multiple health plans and pricing in one place.
And where you can connect to financial help and free in-person assistance.
Because you deserve insurance. GetCoveredIllinois.gov. We're here to help.
When your life turns upside down after an accident, you need an advocate like Wallner Law.
I'm John Wallner, and for over 50 years, Wallner Law has fought for people just like you, injured, overwhelmed, and searching for answers. We don't just take cases, we take care of people, and we win for you. From car crashes to workplace injuries, Wallner Law stands by your side every step of the way. So call us today, 312-8-MILLION, and win with Wallner.
Compassion is more than just care. It's commitment. At UI Health, your story guides us, shapes us, and inspires us. And we're with you every step of the way. Whether it's your stroke emergency, your cancer journey, or your transplant victory. At UI Health, our care heals. Our care saves. Our care triumphs. Find expert care for your journey at uihealth.care.
Hey Bears fans, it's Sylvie. Steinhoffel's a proud partner of the Chicago Bears. Just opened their newest furniture and mattress superstore in Maryville Plaza in Maryville, Indiana. That makes 7 Chicagoland locations with the best selection, unbeatable value, and styles for every space and budget. Plus, they're 100% employee owned. That's a local pride you can feel good about. Shop in-store or online anytime at steinhoffels.com.
Hey guys, it's Mitch Lyons with Mitch Lyons Wealth. You hear Yurko, the good kid, talk about me all the time. And yes, I did play in the NFL. But to be honest, these days, I'm more into spreadsheets than playbooks, and I'm solely focused on making sure my clients win retirement. Look, retirement's not about gambling on stocks or chasing crypto tips from your brother-in-law. It's about smart planning, steady income, and ultimately enjoying every day like it's Saturday. So if you want less guessing and more confidence, visit MitchLyonsWealth.com.
Chicago's home for sports is the home of the Chicago Bears. ESPN Chicago.
Snap from center, Monangai, the long back. Tight end Trapillo to the right, snap, handing up, blasting up the middle, into the end zone. Kyle Monangai, touchdown! Touchdown Bears! And the lead at 4:55 to go in the opening quarter. And the first points of the day for the Bears, a 2-yard Kyle Monangai run. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the Bears. Cap a 15-play drive with a touchdown.
Postgame wrap-up is next with Jason McKee, Pat the Designer, and Jeff Meller.
And Kyle Monangai with the only Bears touchdown today, followed by 4 field goals, including the game winner from Kairo Santos. Boom. We need a verdict, my friend.
I'm going to give it to you, all right? What's the verdict? It's brought to you by Verdoliak Law. Injured in a truck or car accident, call the Verdoliak Law Group. They've been fighting insurance companies since 1963. Peggy mentioned it earlier. The Bears are 4-2 on the road. The axiom is you win your games at home, you split your games on the road, and good things are going to happen for you. They're 4-2 on the road. That's a little bit better than just being 50-50 on the road. I love the way this team, they're the road warriors. They are on the road getting things done. It's wonderful. Now you bring that confidence you have on the road, you bring it back home, you defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers, you go to 8-3, and I'm starting to feel frisky. Everybody's starting to feel frisky. We're going to have a great Thanksgiving Day with the Bears playing the next day. It's going to be great. I love it.
I'm just moving my chair
a little bit to the
frisky. Yeah, to the other side of the studio.
But I'm playing frisky for football, Peggy.
Oh, okay.
Frisky for football, for winning football.
Everyone's happy. Everyone's celebrating. They
do.
You find a way to win. This is a team that could not find a way to win a year ago.
Said, when you win, the beer tastes better. And he's
right.
100% correct. When you win, the beer does taste better.
It's true. It's true. Let's give our thanks to our our executive producer, Eric Ostrowski, Kendra Smith, and Jake Santos, as always. Our broadcast crew, Jeff Joniak, Tom Thayer, and Jason McKee. Their guest today, Kairo Santos, with the game-winning kick. After he missed one earlier in the game, he comes back and hits his 4th field goal of the day. Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, also with their post-game interviews, as always, heard right here on the Bears Radio Network. We are back next week on the lakefront, welcoming Aaron Rodgers. Never thought I would say that. Aaron Rodgers and
with open arms.
And the Pittsburgh Steelers 12 o'clock noon kickoff. For Yurko, I'm Peggy. You've been listening to the Great Clips postgame show on the NFC North leading Chicago Bears Radio Network. As we say goodbye to our network affiliates, we welcome the rest of you to stick around The post-game show with Jeff, Pat, and Jason McKee is coming up next.
Every winning strategy starts somewhere, and your next big play could be in the Village of Madison. Just minutes from Chicago, Madison offers prime commercial space, the Lincoln Highway corridor, unbeatable accessibility, and a talented workforce. With incentives, a collaborative spirit, and new businesses joining the team, Madison is business-friendly and built for growth. Join the winning team today. Visit villageofmadison.org. The Village of Madison, your next big play.
$1.5 million. The Verdoyak Law Group wins again for their clients. That's right. The Verdoyak Law Group recovered $1.5 million for a client who was injured in an auto accident. If you're injured, make sure to call the Verdoyak Law Group. Hey, this is Yurko. You all know I played professional football, and I've been on the radio for many years. I've had the chance to endorse a lot of products and companies, but I've always believed in only backing the ones I truly trust. And now I get to endorse a company owned by close friends, the Verdoyak Law Group. They've been helping people for over 60 years, even some of my friends and neighbors. Just like choosing an experienced doctor, you want skilled lawyers by your side. With $9 billion recovered and 40,000 clients served, they're proven experts in personal injury, accidents, wrongful death, and more. Call my friends at 8444-VLG-LAW. The Verdoyak Law Group will do great for you, too. Call 844-4VLG-LAW.
You all know the 13 reasons to use Windy City to go to Soldier Field, but now there is a 14th, Gate 14. Windy City can drop off and pick up right at the gate. No more trudging in the rain, snow, or cold. Football, concerts, soccer. You will be safe and warm and get home an hour before your friends. Call 866-94-WINDY or WindyCityLimos.com. Tell them the M&M guy sent you.
Welcome to Old National Bank.
Hi, I was wondering what you could do for my small business.
Tons. Have time to talk?
Not much. We're in a 30-second radio ad.
Oh, I'll get straight to the point then. Our solutions are customized for small businesses. Our services make financial management simple, and our pricing is always transparent.
Outstanding. Wow.
Yeah. So, ever been in an ad before?
Nope. How do I look?
Good. But we're on the radio, remember?
Right. Hi, Mom.
Customized small business banking from Old National Bank. Member FDIC. Get old.
The big realtor firms are busy lining up things for Wall Street. At Hearthside Realtors, we're busy trying to find the street you will call home, just like we've been doing for 55 years. I'm Lenny File, and I'm ready to work for you. Whether you're buying your first home, new to the area, or if it's time to downsize, our diverse staff of real estate pros are here to help you every step of the way. I'm Lenny File, and I go the extra mile. Visit lennyfile.com. That's Lenny, F-E-I-L.com today. Hearthside is licensed in Illinois and Indiana.
Dear Friday, Toyota says let's put good times in gear with the Tundra, Tacoma, and 4Runner. Want some cool available features? We've got power tailgates to power game days and a trailer backup guide that's the champ of the ramp. Heck, we might even cancel Monday. Toyota Trucks. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hearing vital organs would be temporarily removed to reach my cancer had me speechless. I'm Jessica, and my team at Northwestern Memorial Hospital coordinated a complex surgery to save my life.
Nationally ranked for cancer by U.S. News and World Report, Jessica's team temporarily removed her liver and kidney to reach the tumor, replace the damaged vein, and eliminate the cancer in her heart.
My team stopped at nothing, and now nothing can stop me.
Northwestern Medicine. Better.
How about this? We're your home for the new Bears.
I like it. This is the home of your new Chicago Bears. ESPN Chicago. This is the home of the Bears. ESPN Chicago. WMVP, WTBC HD2, Chicago.
You've been listening to Bears football on the Bears Radio Network. The Chicago Bears Radio Network is brought to you in part by Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana, Miller Lite, the Advantage Dealer Group, and Dr. Pepper. This is Bears football on the home of the Bears, ESPN Chicago.
Thanks for listening to the Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Welcome to Bears Postgame. Here are your hosts, Jason McKee, Jeff Meller, and Pat the Designer on the home of the Chicago Bears, ESPN Chicago.
17-16, this for the win here at US Bank Stadium. Daly on the ball. Vikings without a timeouts. Out of the hole to Torrey Taylor, right hash slide angle left from 49. Kairo Santos, the 8 on his white jersey, awaiting the snap. Snap is back. Hold is good. Sweeps the right leg. Kairo Santos is up. It's good! Good from 48. Kairo Santos mob on the Viking logo. Bears win it 19-17. Another comeback drive by Caleb Williams. The Iceman cometh, and the Bears take it from the Vikings. And they win again, 7-3 through 11 weeks of the season. They've won 7 of 8 and 3 in a row, and they never say die with this head coach, Ben Johnson.
And with that game-winning field goal, Kairo Santos boots the Chicago Bears into first place in the NFC North as they are now 7-3. The Detroit Lions still yet to play right now, which means the Bears sit atop their division in first place after 10 games played in Week 11. And I would say if I gave you that proposition, Chicago Bears fans, at the beginning of the season, I think 99% of the Bears fans would have happily accepted that, no matter how they got there. I'm Jeff Meller, along with Pat the Designer. J-Mac, Jason McKee, will be with us here shortly as he was on the sidelines for that game winner in Minneapolis today. Pat's 19-17 victory for the Chicago Bears, and Kairo Santos found himself with a little bit of redemption late.
Yeah, needed it. Listen, I love what we saw out of Kairo at the end of that game, being confident going out there and finishing the game. This is another game where the Bears needed everybody on the team to do their part to get a win out. Offense maybe didn't have the day that they were hoping to have there, right? Defensively, I keep saying this, right? Like, I get it. You got into a losing effort, but if you told me coming into this game defensively the Bears would only give up 17 points.
Yep.
And would have 2 takeaways in that with how banged up we are, I would say that was a good day, but you need your offense to pick you up. You need special teams to pick you up. Shout out to Devin Duvernay, the dog out there, making plays at the end of the game. Like,
meaningful kick return it felt like the first time this season that Duvernay came through with a big kick, but it was when the team needed it most, which was, I think, a good thing that they didn't need to lean into Caleb, bringing them from behind there at the end. They were able to just run the ball a couple of times behind Joe Tooney and get the couple of first downs they needed to put Kairo Santos in position to kick a game winner because Duvernay sets them up with that big return.
No, 100%. And so for me, like, I know people are going to look at this and say, oh, well, this was versus the Vikings team that you should have beat. You're playing down to your competition. Let me point you to divisional football. Mm-hmm. How often were we the team at the bottom of the division that was going into divisional football and making a game tougher than most people thought that it was going to be? You know what I mean? Like, divisional football is a little bit different. You could have gone out the exact same way that you went out in week 1, but if anything, feels like the Bears have become a team. Dare I say, Jeff, the Chicago Bears have become a team that you can't leave time on the clock for them, or they will find a way to win a game late. Like, that's a great place for us to be as Bears fans right now.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, Pat, is that honestly, as we're watching the league now more and more, anybody who maybe watched it like last weekend, if you had a chance to peek in on what the Pats were doing, the Patriots at the end of the half, where Mike Vrabel milked the clock down to the final seconds, and then on 4th down, instead of settling for a field goal, he allowed Drake May and Travion Henderson to punch the ball in from near the goal line, not allowing their opponent the opportunity. The Bucs last week didn't allow the Bucs the opportunity to possess the ball, right? And we're seeing that time and time again now. More 4th down conversions are needed. You need to understand the situation. You need to understand the moments. And honestly, last week, I thought even though it was nice to see Caleb bring the Bears back with the Giants, they left some time on the clock for Russell Wilson and the Giants. This week, the Vikings returned the favor to the Bears. The Bears take advantage of it. I think that's one thing I do trust to Ben Johnson going forward. I think he understands more and more you're going to need to play the clock a little bit, maybe more so than fans were used to be comfortable with. I think that's something we're seeing in this game, this version of the NFL. We've all grown up, for the most part, for anybody who's my age or younger. You've grown up playing video game football, whether it was Madden or even prior to that, right? We understand now that possessing the football and playing against the clock a little bit is becoming more of a mainstream strategy in the NFL, and that's something that I think teams are going to need to take more account of. Fortunately for the Bears, they were able to go ahead, and we saw the Vikings quickly score. And then quickly they're in a position where they're trying to burn timeouts when the Bears are running the football. So that's something I think we're going to need to become more accustomed to in this modern NFL, because teams are getting smarter about playing the clock.
Listen, and in your first year of Ben Johnson, right, let's talk about where we were from last season for people that maybe come in here and are a little bit more trepidatious to look at this game and go, you can feel good about this win. You've got a head coach who left you with 3 timeouts on the clock at the end of that game. If you needed to drive down and go out there and dominate, you've got a head coach that is instilling confidence in his players right now, confidence that Kairo Santos last year probably misses that kick, not because he's inefficient or because he's not able to make that kick, but just because of how the Bears were last year with mindset and how they were with the feel of the game in those moments, right? You probably don't get in a position to make that play because of the mistakes that have happened leading up to that. So there's so much of an improvement this season that didn't happen last season to me. Like, it truly feels like this is who this Bears team is. And what I mean by that is it's not fool's gold. It's not magic. It's not smoke and mirrors. Right now, do you need to be more talented? Right now, do you need to get more done? Right now, do you need to maybe close some games out a little bit sooner or learn how to close games out? Sure, we can have the conversations on all of that. But at the end of the day, you're finding ways to win incredibly difficult games time and time again.
Yeah, no, the Bears,
that's a great place to be.
Absolutely. Again, 7-3. That's exactly where I think most Bears fans would happily have signed up for that record at the beginning of the season. And that leads me a little bit to my question here for Bears fans out there. What are your expectations? How far are you allowing yourself to dream with this Bears team? Because with this win, they've put themselves in really good position for a playoff spot. I know a lot of the projection systems now, with this win in particular today, have the Bears above 60% to make the playoffs. Now, they've still got plenty of work to do. Let's not be naive.
100%.
But with the Steelers on the schedule next week, that's going to be another big game where the Bears really need to take advantage of it. On Black Friday, they will be in Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. Then they've got a couple against the Packers remaining. The Packers got banged up today. Jordan Love left the game. He did return. Josh Jacobs left the game. He did not return. Yeah. Quay Walker also left that game for the Packers. So obviously their injury report is going to be very meaningful tomorrow. We'll see how banged up those players are because, again, the Bears get the Packers 3 weeks from today for the first time, and then again 5 weeks. So they've got the Packers in quick succession. They've got the Browns in between those two Packers games. So there's a lot of games right now that the Bears are going to be walking into in a spot where they are going to have a very decent chance of winning. They may even be favorites in a couple of those games. So at 7-3, you've put yourself in a great spot. And as I mentioned, with the Lions yet to have played tonight at 6-3, the Bears currently find themselves atop the NFC North. Sounds pretty good, huh, J-Mac? Top the division. Bears leading the NFC North, my man.
It's something we have not heard in a long time. Such a beautiful thing. You know, it's crazy the past few weeks to see the way they've won, but all that matters, and we've talked about this the past few weeks, is being in the right column, and that's that W column. And they find a way. 50 seconds, 3 timeouts. You know, this time, you know, they hand the ball off. DeAndre Swift gets them in position. Kairos gets another opportunity. Bang, 49-yard field goal for the dub. Like, it's just it's a beautiful thing. And, you know, Pat, you touched on it a little bit. When the coach can actually galvanize the locker room, and he can instill in a belief, right? And it starts with, you know, day one, setting a culture and standard and expectation. really just transforming pretty much the entire locker room from what they went through the previous year.
Yeah.
And, this is telling the guys this is a new day, this is a new Bears team, and that being passed down from the assistant coaches and establishing that belief within each and every man on that roster, and then them guys going out there and executing and winning games the way they have the past few weeks. I mean, it's an awesome thing. So, you're number one in the division for a reason right now, and, looking forward to some more, tough football coming up. But this team has been battle tested. You can't say it's luck anymore. They've done it time and time again, and I think it's really who they are. They're resilient. They battle for one another, and, they're getting the results.
I want to build on that in a moment, but let's let Ben Johnson hammer home the point I think that J-Mac is making, getting the win, being in the right column at the end of the day.
7-3, that's nothing to scoff at, and as ugly as it can be at times, this group's just proven time and time again that when it's close there in the fourth quarter that we're capable of finding a way. So first division win on the road, and really proud of the guys for how they fought there at the end. So
Pat hit on that as well, of course. Divisional win, those are hard to come by, especially when you're playing a divisional opponent for the second time in the season. Of course, it didn't play out exactly the way I think the Bears would have drawn it up. J.J. McCarthy coming down yet again, having an opportunity. I do wonder if J.J. McCarthy in that position where, now, first of all, we should talk about the punt, obviously, that kind of put them in position prior to the game, the go-ahead touchdown that the Vikings scored. But I do wonder, watching J.J. McCarthy, if in that situation, in that final 2 minutes that he was bringing the Vikings down for their go-ahead score, he just seemed like, knowing that maybe it was the fact that they had 4 downs or just kind of letting it fly and where he wasn't as concerned about being overly conservative. He actually made a few throws in the final drive that he didn't really make all day. And so certainly putting him in that position wasn't ideal for the Bears, especially considering Kairo Santos had the opportunity to make it a 2-score game where he could have put the Bears up by 9. Fortunately, he comes back and does come up with the game-winning field goal ultimately. So no harm, no foul. We don't have to have the Kairo Santos conversation, I don't think, right today.
We'll get a couple of calls in.
I'm sure.
We already know we'll get a couple of calls. But no, listen, here's the big thing for me. My big takeaway from this game, and Caleb Williams talked about it after. Mm-hmm. He said, we've got the players to go out and win every one of these games. We've got the players that if they need to be put in the position, they will be put in the position. It's not just words, Jeff. It's trust and action that we're seeing. There's guys that drop balls in this game that Caleb Williams delivered once again on the money that you may not. We've seen quarterbacks say, hey, look, I can't go back to you in that situation. I can't trust you in this moment. Why would I trust you when the moment is highest here? And Caleb Williams not only goes back to those guys, Caleb Williams not only continues to trust his guys, but he continues to go into the huddle and let them know, hey, I'm coming right back to you. And to me, those are the things that a franchise leader does. Caleb Williams did not have the best day today. I'm not going to sit here and say he was dominant. I think there were some drops that hurt his numbers yet again. I think there were also some overthrows that hurt his numbers from him. But what you need is somebody who can be a consistent leader time and time again. And that was one of the knocks that people were trying to put on Caleb Williams when he came to the Chicago Bears. And guess what? 2 years in, when I heard him talking after the game about trusting in guys and believing in guys, trusting in Kairo, and not even being worried about sending them back out there, those are the kind of things that you want to hear from your franchise quarterback. That's the level of trust that you're seeing that Ben Johnson is instilling in the team.
I don't want to give Caleb too much credit for trusting in Kairo Santos because that's easy to say in the aftermath after he hits the game-winning field goal. Yeah, I don't know about you guys. I was nervous watching the final kick unfold. I didn't have utter confidence in Kairo Santos.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it. I was turned away from it. DeAndre Swift, I was standing next to him. He had a towel on his head looking away. But here's my biggest takeaway, right? What makes up a championship team, and I'm not saying, this team is a team in the making, right? But what really makes a good team is being able to overcome adversity in all 3 phases. And that's what they did today, right? Defense, you had a situation, you give up a touchdown late to J.J. McCarthy after you had him in check pretty much the whole game, right? The fourth quarter, you give up a 16-yard touchdown run to Jordan Mason, right? But then you bounce back. You have an opportunity to bounce back, right? Special teams, you miss a field goal. You give up a big punt return to Miles Price. You come back, you win the game with a 49-yard field goal by Kairo Santos. Offensively, we've seen the offense, right? You talk about the drops, Pat. We saw DJ Moore with a drop.
Yeah.
We saw Luther Burden with a drop, right? Caleb, he has to instill confidence in those guys because those are his guys. Like,
Yes.
hey, I have nobody else. I got to instill confidence in you guys because I'm going to have to continue to lean on you throughout the remainder of the game or throughout the remainder of the season, right? But, hey, how did this offense win this game to get in position to put Kairo Santos in position to kick that 49-yard field goal? What they do? They turn around and handed the ball off to DeAndre Swift. They relied on their offensive line. When you watch that last drive, in particular, watch the last play, and Owen Cruz tweeted this out. Watch the last play. They go ISO. They go an ISO run with DeAndre Swift, and watch Jonah Jackson's block the right guard on that run. That's what I'm talking about, right? Leaning on the heartbeat of your team, the offensive line, in a critical situation, handing that ball off to running back where you say, hey, the passing game has been up and down, but we're going to win this behind our offensive line and the legs of our running back. Boom, Kairo Santos field goal. That's a really good team where you find a way to win, right, when each phase has faced adversity, but you overcome that adversity together, and that's what they did today.
Yeah, no doubt about it. There was plenty of opportunities in this one for the Bears to make it a bigger margin. They did not take advantage when they got into the red zone at times. But what I'm encouraged by is when you look at that, you say there's still a lot of meat left on this bone here that for this offense to take advantage of. Right now, the Bears are leaning into being a power running team. They're one of the best in football. DeAndre Swift, 90 yards on 21 carries, got the hard yards. Kyle Monangai probably got some of the harder yards, even though if you look at the numbers, they don't look like a great day, but he grinded out some tough runs, 23 yards, including the touchdown that they needed. And the truth is that I like the fact that Ben Johnson knows if this offense is going to execute at its highest level, it needs to be a proficient running team, and they're already that. The passing game will come along. I do believe it will get better. And ultimately, to win this game 19-17, just like a lot of the other games this season, they've been finding ways to win. They did so again. Hopefully, too, we can be encouraged by the fact that it looks like the Bears will probably get Jalen Johnson back this season. That's not something that we knew definitively prior to the start of this week. That's what I'm saying. But we didn't even know if if returning this season was completely on the table. It looks like that is back, and that is something that once he is out there and healthy, that this secondary will definitely be much better. But they're finding ways to win. Nashawn Wright with a huge interception in the end zone today. And he can be hit or miss at times, but Nashawn Wright, considering that he came into the season as your fifth defensive back on the depth chart,
fifth or sixth possibly, yeah.
Right? So he's making plays. He's not perfect in coverage, but those takeaways that he's creating for the Bears, he's got 4 on the season. I mean, that's a hell of a season from your fifth or sixth defensive back coming into the year.
Yeah, and the thing about with Nashawn, to me, that is the biggest part of all of it is the game plan clearly early on in that game was you see 26, you throw the ball his direction. Like there was a lot of passes that didn't get completed or that didn't happen where you kind of were like, that would have been a big play if Nashawn, if he gets caught on that would have been a big catch. That would have been a big – all those plays and them driving down the field where they're going at him, you make up for that by going out and taking the football away. Like, you got to give him credit for that. That was a big interception for him with everything he's going through this week, losing his coach and stuff like that. So it's very cool to see that moment. You saw how emotional he got at the end of the play there. But, just like I love that young man because there's a ton of his game that you truly look at and go, he got beaten this moment, but he doesn't stay down. He gets back up and he tries to make a play.
Yeah.
I think Nashawn Wright, yes, he had a great game. I'm going to give Dennis Allen some credit, right? The Bears majority went 2-man and went 2 safeties high, man underneath, right? And they wanted to go man underneath to be able to disrupt the route, the timing with those receivers. You look at Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. I think for 3 quarters that defense was masterful. And, sprinkling in a little bit of C.J. Gardner, blitzing him off the edge, I think they really caused confusion with J.J. McCarthy. It never let him it didn't give him an opportunity to get his feet set and to get in rhythm and get the ball to his playmakers. And, having that, that type of defense show up critical situations throughout the entire game, I think, we talk about the 2 takeaways they had. They should have had 4. You look at the tip one by Tremaine Edmonds, in which they almost had that one. And then the one, Jaquan Brisker,
Yep.
he had in his hands, and that's the one Tyreek Stevenson ran into him. That's what, when Tyreek kind of went out after that. So, this defense continues to come up with big takeaways during, in critical moments of the game. And that's what this defense is. They're going to give up a lot of yards, but they're going to get meaningful takeaways to help set their offense up in position to put points on the board.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it flipped? Didn't Stevenson have it in his hands?
I think
and
Stevenson
then
had it.
Brisker,
Jaquan came in
I think
trying to
Brisker
run
came
him.
into
Yeah.
Stevenson.
Yeah, it was flipped. Yeah, but either way, that was.
Yeah, that's one they should. That one.
Right?
That was one that. Yeah, I'm with you. That one was like just as a fan watching, I was like, that was crushing. Because like, oh, you have it. But we haven't even mentioned Kevin Byard. Another interception. My man, the veteran, playing.
Great day. Yeah.
He is absolutely balling out, and those 2 interceptions end up being huge in a game that you win by 2 points. Again, first place Chicago Bears. Of course, the Lions, if they get a win in Philly tonight, they would have the divisional tiebreaker. But nevertheless, at the very least, the Bears will be tied atop the division when all is said and done today. And they very well could be in first place all alone if the Eagles hold serve at home against the Lions. 312-332-3776. We'll turn it over to you when we come back, taking your calls on the post-game show. I do want to hear from fans. I want to know, what are your expectations? How high is the ceiling for this Chicago Bears team in Ben Johnson's first year as their head coach? Give us a call. Let us know what you think right here on the post-game show on ESPN 1000.
ESPN Chicago.
Hi, this is Dave Musial, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Do you have a plumbing emergency? Call Four Seasons. An electrical emergency? Call Four Seasons. A heating or cooling emergency? Call Four Seasons. Same-day hot water tank installation needed? Call Four Seasons. Need a whole home generator? Call Four Seasons. We guarantee same-day installation on all heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. And no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
This holiday season, don't let aches and injuries keep you on the bench. Illinois Bone and Joint Institute helps you move better so you can live better. From state-of-the-art imaging to convenient rehab locations, and with 14 Ortho Access immediate care facilities, you can get same-day orthopedic treatment close to home. Score the care you deserve. Visit IBJI.com for locations and services. And keep moving this season.
Apt is your #1 destination for the home. They carry a wide range of furnaces, garage doors, and whole house generators ready to be delivered and installed by their certified and licensed technicians. Their professional sales staff is ready to help find you the perfect solutions for your home. Order from apt.com and upgrade your home appliances to prepare for the upcoming holiday season. For free and local delivery, professional installation, and complete satisfaction, shop where I shop at Apt. Pleasing people since 1936.
Whatever happens today, take it on with a fresh cup of True Brew coffee. Now only $1 with True Rewards. True North Store's True Brew coffee is a hot, flavorful gourmet blend created from coffee beans from around the world. As a free True Rewards member, pick the size that is perfect for you and pay only $1. Don't have the True Rewards mobile app? Find it in the Apple or Google Play Store to download and save instantly. True North Convenience Stores. Fast, friendly, clean.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Illinois State University offers more than 150 majors, from accounting to zoology, and we're adding new areas of study all the time, like engineering, sports communication, and data science. Check out all our offerings at illinoisstate.edu/majors and apply today.
Welcome back to Bears Postgame. Here are your hosts, Jason McKee, Jeff Meller, and Pat the Designer on the home of the Chicago Bears.
Here comes the ball.
ESPN Chicago.
First down at 10 for the 31. Out of the pistol formation. Play fake. Pressure was about to hit. They picked it up. It's intercepted. Fired on the other end of it at the 45. Running right to the 40. To the 35 of the Vikings. With a block upfield by big Andrew Billings. He gets out of bounds. And the Bears have turned over J.J. McCarthy. From his 30 on first down. Snap back, four-man rush. McCarthy gonna loft it down the left side. He's got Anderson up in the air. And the pass is intercepted in the end zone. Nation Wright, baby! He did it again! Another interception for the former Viking. In the end zone with very good coverage on Jordan Addison in the left corner of the end zone.
Another 2 turnovers created for the Bears this week, and they did not turn the ball over themselves. So +2 in the turnover column. That is going to give you a very good runway to play some winning football. And it's always questionable how repeatable it is to continue to get those takeaways from a defense. That's not something you can always count on to win. However, what you can control, at least to a certain degree, is limiting your turnovers as an offense. And again, 0 from the Bears. And if you're not going to turn the ball over, at the very least, you're going to be even in the takeaway column. And again, they get a couple of interceptions today, which was huge. Jeff Meller, along with Jason McKee, who was on the sidelines for today's game in Minnesota. Between the Bears and Vikings, Bears win 19-17. And, of course, Pat, the designer, as well. The post-game show, taking your calls. This was Ben Johnson on winning that turnover margin yet again.
It's kind of been the story of our wins, right? Is when we know how important that statistic is of taking care of the football on offense and getting our takeaways on defense. And most of these 7 wins that we've had, we've been winning that turnover battle. So no secret to us, no secret to our opponents, and we got to keep that trend going.
For everything that they struggle with at times, the penalties, the pre-snap penalties that drive us insane, another couple of those today. If you don't turn the ball over as an offense, you're going to give yourself a chance to hang into all these football games, and they continue to do so. Let's take your calls. We got full phone line, so let's get going. Let's start with John, who is in Phoenix. John, say hello to Pat and J-Mac.
John, what's going on, my guy?
Hey, boys. Thanks for having me on. Bear down. I'm actually out here in Joliet tonight. So,
okay.
Pat, I want to shout you out. I've seen you looking fresh tonight. I like the shade,
Appreciate you.
by the way.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing I really enjoyed tonight, and I know this is something small, Caleb using his checkdowns and his release valves. Usually he tried to hold on to the ball too long, look for something downfield, or take a sack. And there were a few times he just dropped the ball off, and it turned into 6, 7, 10-yard gains. And those are the small things that turn a good quarterback to a great quarterback, when you can just realize when a play's dead and get rid of it, or just check it down to somebody and let your guy go make a play. Thanks for having me on, boys.
No, 100%. Like, I'll be honest with you. Those are the ones that make you look good, and you didn't do most of the work.
No doubt. Hey.
I mean, that one to Colston Loveland, where Colston Loveland just was like, I'm bigger than you, and you can't put me down.
That was the 24-yarder to Colston Loveland.
Yeah.
A huge third down, picking up DJ Moore, who had a critical drop just prior to that. Even though that drive did not result in points, it was certainly helpful for the field position. And to John's point, J-Mac, Cole Kmet was featured on a lot of those dump-offs today, and he did a really nice job. I thought it was one of Cole Kmet's better games of the season.
Yeah, I agree. I think with, especially in the flat, right, and when you're running the flat route, any pass on the perimeter, you want to get what you call a runner's ball. And you hear Coach Johnson talk about that, a runner's ball. Well, that means putting the ball on the receiver's upfield shoulder, giving him an opportunity to have run after the catch. And we saw Cole Kmet, when he gets upfield, and he's a 260-pound guy, that's not afraid of contact, that delivers contact. And when you have a guy like that as a safety valve or an outlet, you're not trying to force the ball downfield, or you're not holding the ball in the pocket like we've seen Caleb do in the past. That just shows growth and maturity, but it also extends the chains and extends drives.
Well, let's try RJ, who's on the south side. What's going on, RJ?
Hey, first of all, I appreciate being on the show this afternoon.
Appreciate you.
And I'm so thankful to be able to see another Bears win, because we're winning games that we normally don't win. And then Ben Johnson's got a great culture here, right? So shout out to all 3 phases playing well enough to be able to get this win. So But the one thing I wanted to point out, when when we still had Justin Fields here and Matt Eberflus was, coaching and everything else like that, and we had a chance to get the number 1 pick and pick Caleb, DJ was not happy about the idea of Justin Fields leaving, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my thought is, just say if we kept Justin Fields, right? And I like Justin Fields, don't get me wrong. It's just that, unfortunately, he just, it's just, I don't know what it is. But
right.
Let's just say he stayed with the Bears. Would Ben Johnson taking this job if Justin Fields was the quarterback as opposed to Caleb?
I mean, who knows? You get an opportunity to come in and pick your own quarterback. Maybe it's still an enticing job with everything that's there. But listen, what Ryan Poles has been able to build up here, and to be in first place at any point this year, Jeff, right? Whether it lasts or not, we know. I don't know if you've seen the Philly-Chicago alliance that's been going around Twitter, Jeff, but Philly fans and Chicago fans have teamed up here, and we're getting the job done on both ends. Philly, you hold it down for us tonight. But, I'll tell you one thing that DJ Moore is not upset with, and it's the same thing Ryan Poles is not upset with. This is the most both of them have ever won in their careers, as far as the position that they're in right now. Of course, Ryan Poles with Kansas City, he's won a ton. But as the leader of a team, this is the most he's ever won. He's not upset about going and getting Caleb Williams over Justin Fields. You think DJ Moore's upset right now because, 421 receiving yards, maybe he's not going to break 1,000 this year. Touchdown numbers aren't the same. DJ Moore wants to win. DJ Moore has never been in a winning situation in his NFL career. He wants to win football games.
Of course. Yeah.
That's all he's concerned about. And so whether Ben Johnson takes the job or not, I don't know. But I don't think that we can hold DJ to this past stigma that was once placed on him.
Yeah, well, listen, let's get to the mountaintop that Philadelphia got to, and then we can worry about the A.J. Brown situation with DJ Moore after you've actually won a Super Bowl. Well, sign me up for that gladly. I will take that. But, again, I mentioned his drop just because I thought it was a critical play to mention before Colston Loveland had his big pickup. But he also made a fantastic catch where he pinned the ball between his legs. Was
weird.
Insanely odd. But he also comes up with a big catch in that moment. And the Bears, I'll get back to this, J-Mac. We're watching the Bears win these football games, and you know better than anybody how difficult it is to win football games in this league. You put everything you have all week long into preparing to go out for 3 hours on Sunday and just try and find a way to win a football game. Of course, you want it to look like perfection, but the reality is when all is said and done, all that matters is that you come out on top.
Without a doubt, I mean, you look at the scores around the league each and every week. I mean, You're like, wow, how are the Panthers winning? You know what I mean? Like, how did you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
twice versus the Falcons.
Yeah, it's the NFL. So wins, you're going to have to literally claw and stretch for every win. And then there's going to be some times where, there's not necessarily going to be a blowout, but there's going to be, times where a team wins decisively. But it all comes down to, right, you talked about it to start this show, Pat, or Jeff. You talked about managing the clock, right? Coaching plays a big part. You look at the way that Ben Johnson called this game, right? Luther Burden, getting him his touches and finding ways to continue to get your playmakers the ball. Luther Burden had a drop where he comes back and he calls a great play. He calls a screen right into the blitz for Luther Burden, right? An opportunity for Caleb to get the ball out of his hands quick. I'm going back to one of my playmakers, but I'm going to give him the football closer to the line of scrimmage and let him use his run after the catch ability. Like each and every week is going to be, it's going to have to fight tooth and nail to get a win. And it's good to see that you have a group, a locker room that really believes in their coach, and their coach is instilling this belief in them, and they're getting the rewards from it by getting these wins.
That's Jason McKee. I'm Jeff Meller, along with Pat the Designer. We are the Post-Game Show, taking your calls, 312-332-3776. Plenty to do here until 7 o'clock, hanging out with you after a Bears win, 19-17. First divisional win for Ben Johnson on the road against the Vikings. And as we said, the Lions and Eagles on Sunday Night Football, which means the Bears are all alone atop the NFC North, at least for the next 4 or 5 hours. So we're going to bask in all of it, and we'll bask in it with you, taking your calls on ESPN 1000.
ESPN Chicago.
When the lunch hour hits, fuel up like you mean it with Lunch at the Lodge at your local Twin Peaks. Dig into hearty, crave-worthy classics that hit the spot fast, like their juicy cheeseburger and fries, grilled fresh to order and stacked high. Go lighter but loaded with flavor with a fresh chicken Caesar salad or the fan-favorite turkey avocado smash. Really hungry? The crispy golden chicken tenders and fries are ready when you are. Quick from the kitchen, satisfying on the plate. It's Lunch at the Lodge. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views. Attention basketball fans, the DePaul basketball season is here, and tickets are on sale now. Don't miss your chance to see the Blue Demons live as they take on some of the top teams in the country. There's no better place to experience a game than Wintrust Arena, home of the DePaul Blue Demons. Get your tickets today at DePaulBlueDemons.com/tickets and be part of the action. That's DePaulBlueDemons.com/tickets. Go Blue Demons!
Hey, usual haircut? Yeah, but make it quick. I gotta go pay my ComEd bill. Yeah, I just mailed my check this morning.
There's an easier way, fellas. Get the ComEd app. I just paid my bill while getting this trim.
For real?
You can pay your bill, check your energy usage, even report and track an outage 24/7.
How did I not know about this?
Because y'all are too busy filming dance trends on your phones.
Make life easier. Download the ComEd app today at ComEd.com/app.
It's the biggest savings event of the year. Menards, 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day. Save big money on everything you need for any project. We've got something for everyone. Homeowners, contractors, DIYers, the kids, and even grandma. Hurry, Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day.
Save big money at Menards.
11% mail-in rebate is a merchandise credit check. Good on future in-store purchases. See menards.com for details.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696. And manage your diabetes as easy as...
Guests appearing live on ESPN Chicago. Call in on the Yuengling hotline.
Yuengling is in Chicago. After 196 years, you can now enjoy Yuengling Traditional Lager, Light Lager, Golden Pilsner, Black and Tan, and Flight.
Welcome back to Bears Postgame. Here are your hosts, Jason McKee, Jeff Meller, and Pat the Designer on the home of the Chicago Bears, ESPN Chicago.
Snap back, there's the unblocked blitzer. They throw the screen. It is caught across the 30 for a first down. It is Luther Burden, a ball after the catch man. Loud stadium rocking here at US Bank. Snap back. Caleb with time, throws it over the middle of Loveland, 20-25. Loveland breaks a tackle, 30. Loveland to the 35, and a first down near the 40.
Looks like, well, at least for the last couple weeks, I know I've been asking for a little bit more Luther Burden, and Olamide Zaccheaus may have found himself relegated to the bench after a tough week last week. He did not have plenty of opportunities this week. Luther Burden was out on the field more often, and I have to think that was a direct result of what happened last week, even though Ben Johnson downplayed it during the week in regards to some of those drops. I think if we look at the actions of the Bears head coach, clearly Luther Burden, who has looked more and more explosive, looks like he might have more opportunities moving forward.
No, 100%. Listen, the one thing that you look at from OZ was he was given multiple chances.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like Ben Johnson was like, he didn't make the catch. We're done using him in the lineup. And listen, there may still be times where he goes back to Olamide. We saw Tyson Bagent get involved in the offensive game plan today. You know what I mean? Like, Ben Johnson will use whatever he can to find a way to win a football game. And so I'm not saying that this is the end of Olamide Zaccheaus here in Chicago, but it did feel like there was a little bit more, okay, I've got the trust of this young guy. You gave him an opening. It's not just what we're seeing in the games, by the way. I think that's the part that Bears fans got to remember. It's what you're seeing during practice. It's what you're seeing during film sessions and different things like that, where those opportunities are created. To me, Luther Burden has had to work his butt off to get his 5 targets for 3 on 27 yards today. And the fact that you drafted this guy in the second round and you've seen him be able to do that, chip away at it week by week and just have to bide his time for his opportunity, and it looked like he was pretty ready for his opportunity out there, like those are the things that you feel good about as a Bears fan moving forward, because those are the players that are going to be on this team for a long time. We talked about it last week, Jeff. Get used to seeing Roma Dunze, Colston Loveland, and Luther Burden leading you all the way in receptions and in targets.
Yeah, I think you hit on it, J-Mac. Pat hit on it right there, in that it's not that, Zaccheaus created a little bit of an opportunity here, and now Luther Burden is going to try and kick the door down and not give it back, and that's just the reality of the NFL. It's good if you have some depth available, but that also makes it a little bit uncomfortable from time to time on the veteran players who may not be performing up to the standard.
Exactly. It's based on performance. That's the name of the game. That's the name of this business. If you can't perform under pressure, if you can't perform and take advantage of opportunities when they present itself, then, somebody else will come in and get those targets, especially when you have a guy that was drafted in the second round, a guy who they envisioned making big plays for them. That's why they invested a second-round draft pick in him. And so, it really doesn't matter. It's not about feelings, it's about performance. And moving forward, I'm pretty sure we're still going to see Zaccheaus, out there from time to time. But if Luther Burden continues to perform, he'll be that guy in there getting those targets.
Speaking of, that leads us, I think, perfectly to Matt in Streamwood, who has some questions about some veterans on the roster. What's going on, Matt?
Matt, what's going on?
Hey, Miller, Pat, Mr. McKee, thanks for taking my phone call. Miller, I'm going to answer your question first. I hope this team can at least get to 10. I'd be very disappointed if they go 9-8 or 8-9. Very disappointed. So I want to be greedy. I hope they can at least go 10-7. And that would be fulfilling to me. And
I'm going to real quick before you make your point, Matt. I would say I don't think that's greedy at all. That's 3-4 for the final 7 games of the season, and
a really tough schedule.
It's tough, but come on, like if they don't go 3-4, that will be a very disappointing way to close out the season. There's 3 wins on that schedule.
Yeah, 100%.
Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah. So how I'm just happy that Ben Johnson and Dennis Allen have coached into this team. How disciplined, especially Caleb, when those questionable things that came in, when there was a questionable call if Roma Dunze was touched, before he was down, before he gained the extra 17, and Smythe, and and DJ Moore caught that Caleb went right to the line and tried to get the playoff, and he did, most of the time get the playoff except for that one challenge. But that this team, and then Coach Johnson's got this team the will to win. This team's got the will to win, not only Eberflus, the will to lose, or whatever the hell it was, but
the quits principle.
But I'm just saying, for me, there's 2 veterans on this team that just question me. Mr. McKee, I know that Grady Jarrett is on this team. I just don't see him. And the production is just, does he have to get a Veterans Day off, or just because he's old, does he have to get a day off? Can they incentivize him like they did with the offensive line to stop doing these, undisciplined, false starts or penalties? Can they incentivize Grady Jarrett to say, hey, maybe if you get 2 tackles for loss, maybe you can get your day off? Because I just don't see the production under him. I'm just being serious. I'm not being mean to him, but I'm not. I'd rather see Marcus or DeMarcus Walker come back, or the Grady from Stanford and Son play on the defensive end than him. But and then the second question is regarding Kairo Santos. You guys, I know, believe me, it's in the dome. There are 7 games left. I think they're all outside the dome, I believe. Is that correct? There's no more dome games.
Yeah. Yes, you're correct.
Yeah, all outside.
And the weather is going to be turning, and I am scared to death of Kairo Santos. Believe me, Miller, I could not watch the final thing, because I'm saying, once again, this team, this is the 3rd time against this team that Kairo Santos somehow either had a missed field goal, blocked field goal, missed extra point, that he just, this team, I'm tired of giving divisional wins away, especially to Minnesota. So it's so hard for this. It's just, at the end of the year, this team, this organization said goodbye to Robbie Gould, and he is, the all-time Bears scoring leader. Yeah. That comes some point that Kairo Santos has been. He was here from John Fox. I know we had Eddie Pinheiro had come in, and Cody Parkey, but this guy's been since John Fox was here, and some people
he's after John Fox.
Well, no, he came in he's the second stint. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
The first
he did
time
come
around.
in.
That's
You
what
are correct,
Matt's
Matt.
referring
You are
to.
correct. I apologize.
I said, like, this organization said goodbye to Robbie Gould, and he was our scoring leader. Just at some point, I'm just worried to death that Kairo is going to be the reason. I mean, we're kicking in a dome, and he still missed a 45-yard, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he has to be perfect all the time, but this weather is going to be turning real quick, real soon. And I'm just saying, if we can't even kick like a 35-yarder, then I'm really worried.
Listen,
so, thanks, guys.
listen, Matt. I will. You're asking a question that I think a lot of Bears fans out there are wondering about. I was having a text fight with Sylvie earlier today. He's telling me your guy Tory Taylor sucks, Meller, and I was like, your guy Santos sucks, Sylvie. So we were going back and forth via text while Sylvie was in Minnesota with J-Mac taking the game in. Honestly, I think Pat's hit on it a couple times when this conversation has come up earlier in the season. Do you have somebody ready to go who you feel confident is going to deliver on the shorter field goals the way that Santos can?
Yeah.
And that is the one drawback right now about Jake Moody, is that he does not have the consistency in his NFL career that you can lean on and say, okay, if you make that move, we know you've got a bigger leg, but we don't know how accurate you are going to be at Soldier Field when the weather changes. We know he's got a bigger leg, but does he have as accurate a leg? And that's something I think that is fair to ask. Only the Bears coaching staff, they've got Jake Moody around right now.
Yeah.
So if if they want to push that button, J-Mac, it's available to them. And honestly, right now, though, they feel comfortable enough with Kairo Santos that they're going to continue to roll with him.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's obviously Kairo's job. I mean, when he was healthy, they put him back in, and Jake Moody was, put back on the practice squad. So we'll see. I know, obviously, Coach trusted in him till he got that second opportunity. He made the most of it, but, right now you got to put your trust in terms of the kicking game into Kairo.
And there's no urgency to do it either, right? Like, I get it if you lose this game. You didn't lose this game. You won the game on the foot of Kairo Santos. He's won you football games this season. Now, do you want to be at the last minute when you finally do lose a game and it's in the playoffs? You don't want to be there.
Clearly, 2018, Cody Parkey, that situation, everybody kind of knew it was coming to a head.
But Cody Parkey sucked all year. That's very different than where Kairo is. Kairo hasn't sucked all year. Kairo has missed the field goals that we've expected him to miss. Today was a little bit shocking. With the 45
yards. Yep.
That's not one I'm used to seeing him miss.
45 indoors, which would have brought it from a 6-point lead to a 9-point lead in that situation, which I think we'd all agree was very critical. And he was fortunate that he got the second opportunity. I'm happy that he came through when it mattered most.
No, 100%. But to me, not to say I would rather have one or the other. Give me the guy that's making the kicks. But Kairo, normally the conversation isn't he's this wildly inaccurate kicker. It's usually we can't trust him to make them from 50.
I think
4 plus.
I think where we're at though with Kairo Santos is that he's probably on thin ice, right?
Sure.
And an indoor miss in this situation today doesn't help his cause much. Sure, he bounces back, and so that I think at least buys him another couple of weeks in all likelihood, unless he has a disaster game. But if for whatever reason there is a disaster game on the horizon where he misses 3 field goals or something, or a couple of extra points, that is a situation where he's going to have to continue, like we were talking about with Zacchaeus. If Kairo Santos doesn't perform now going forward, he very much could be looking over his shoulder and watching Jake Moody be active, moving if he has a bad week.
If you open the door for it and the Bears want Moody to take over, that's a different conversation.
Let's take a quick timeout. We'll come back and take all of your calls again on the post-game show. This is ESPN 1000.
ESPN Chicago.
Guys, this is Courtney Cronin. Let's be honest. Most of us aren't great at saying what we feel. That's where jewelry does the talking. And nobody does it better than Rogers & Hollins, family owned since 1910. From engagement rings to stunning jewelry and watches, whether it's a gift that speaks for you or something that elevates your look, they've got it all. Jewelry says it best. Rogers & Hollins makes it last. See the Rogers & Hollins difference at a store near you or go to fornowandforever.com.
The holidays are here, and so is the best deal of the season. Get a Sound Gig Wi-Fi for just $40 a month forever. No, seriously, $40. Your price forever. No hikes, no hidden fees, just super fast Wi-Fi that keeps up with everything you stream, shop, and share this season. And right now, you'll even get a $200 gift card. It's our biggest holiday deal, and it won't last long. Lock in your forever price today at astound.com. Restrictions apply. See astound.com for details.
Hey, it's your friend Tom Waddle. And as you well know, I wasn't the biggest or fastest guy on the field, but I did make a career out of being prepared, paying attention, and never letting defenses catch me off guard. And that's the same way Trend Micro protects businesses. With AI-powered proactive security, they see threats before they happen, and they shut them down fast. In football and in business, it's not about size, it's about smarts. Trend Micro is the smart defense trusted by enterprises worldwide. Your business works too hard to get blindsided. Go to trendmicro.com today.
And here we are, folks. It's the Jeff and Jeff Call. I know football.
And I know houses, because when it comes to selling your house, you need a winning team you can trust.
No surprises, no fumbles, just a clear path to closing, just like a perfect play.
Jeff Buys Your House makes it simple. A fair offer, no repairs needed, and a closing date on your timeline.
Don't take a chance selling your house with just anyone. Visit us at jeffbuysyourhouse.com for your no-obligation offer today.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Hey, it's Joe Aurelio, and it's time for Aurelio's Pizza, Chicagoland's oldest pizza chain since 1959. Indulge in our crispy thin crust, signature sauce, and 100% real mozzarella. Visit Aurelio'sPizza.com for the location nearest you. Aurelio's Pizza, it's a sauce.
Postgame continues now. This is the home of the Chicago Bears. ESPN Chicago. Here are your hosts, Jason McKee, Jeff Miller, and Pat the Designer.
Here's the take of the turn of the game. The ball never got to him. It's backed around by the Vikings. Roma Dunze can fall on it, but it's going to be inside their own 10. Got away with one right there. Ball never got to the back. 1:51 to go in this first quarter.
That, my friends, is one of those hidden plays when you look back on it. Roma Dunze falling on that fumble by Caleb Williams on the bad snap ends up being huge, because had the Vikings defense actually fallen on that, J.J. McCarthy actually may have been able to produce some points on what would have been extremely short field inside the red zone had the Vikings been able to just fall on it. And like J-Mac, that's one of those ones where, it's not a lot of people are going to talk about it, but that's something in a 2-point win we need to point out and just say that was huge for Roma Dunze to fall on that football.
Yeah, you talk about the ball bouncing your way. In that situation, it was actually kicked, so that ball was like kicked backwards, and then Rome, continued to play the play, fell on it, which was a huge play. I'm glad you brought that up, Miller, because that was big for the Bears.
Yeah, no, in a game where you win by 2 points, that's something that is not to be underestimated. Let's try Roscoe, who's in Antioch. What's going on, Roscoe? You're on with J-Mac and Pat and Miller.
Hey, guys. Good to talk to you again.
What's going on, man? Good to talk to you.
I think this call would have been a lot different had we lost. I would have been angrier about a lot of different things. But I think we're sort of skating around the issue. I mean, we're 7-3. Unless there's a complete disaster, this team's going to go to a playoff game. And my biggest fear is Ben Johnson, who seems to be a really, really good play caller all around. Mm-hmm. Just he can't help himself. He gets too cute sometimes. I mean, there were a couple of those plays where Tyson Bagent was a receiver, and they just ran up the middle. I know he's cooking up something. That play's going to be used for something. I just worry that sometimes he just doesn't do the obvious. And in a playoff game, you really can't mess around. And if you think about it, last year the Lions should have won that game against the Commanders, and he really was one of the reasons why they didn't win. Some of his play calling was really very strange in that game, and it ended up biting them. Overall, I think he's a great play caller. I'm glad we have him. I just worry, when we get to the playoffs, I'm going to be optimistic. I think we're going to get to the playoffs. I just worry that he's going to overthink and get too creative, and it's going to come back to bite us sometime. And I'm just sort of curious how you guys feel about that, especially you, Jason. You're an NFL veteran. You know what play calling looks like and should look like. So I'm just curious what you think about that.
Yeah, just overall play calling. I mean, it's going to be ups and downs. The one play I was confused about, I was in the third quarter, the one 3rd and 5, they had Travis Homer, and then they run like a sweep with him. Yeah. And, he hadn't touched the ball. And don't get me wrong, Travis Homer's an elite special teams guy. He makes play after play. That's why he's on this team. But, when you have two capable backs and DeAndre Swift, and even putting DJ Moore in the backfield and Kyle Monangai, that's the one I was kind of confused on.
We should point out, despite the fact that there was a glaring face mask, in which,
exactly.
I don't know, but no.
Face mask was there.
But underlining your point, J-Mac, is why is Travis Homer in that situation carrying the ball?
Correct. And that ended up, we still got points out of it. Remember, that's the 54-yard field goal that Kairos made on that particular drive to finish that drive. So we got points out of it, but I was a little confused there. And, he's so creative, right? Ben Johnson's so creative, but sometimes, right, even not with just Ben Johnson, a lot of these offensive coordinators, they're so creative, and sometimes their creativity and overthinking things, so to speak, can get them in trouble. And at the end of the game, he just said, hey, we're going to win the game, on the heels of our offensive line to put Kairos in position to kick that field goal. But sometimes, he does do things that makes you want to scratch your head, but that's the anatomy of a great play caller. There are going to be ups and downs, but if he does, and now if Travis Homer breaks that tackle and goes for 15 yards, now we're applauding that play. So there's going to be ups and downs throughout the remainder of the season in terms of the play calling.
Yeah, I will say, it
was weird.
But the one thing I'll say, and Roscoe, I hear you, but I do think sometimes it's us playing the result. Jake Santos, who knows a thing or two about football as well, he coaches. He was whispering in my ear, and I agreed with him. The Tyson Bagent play was a counter off of a play from a previous play a couple weeks ago that worked out really well. A toss back to Caleb, remember? Yes. So I think you've already put that out there on film. So, I actually applaud the fact that Ben Johnson's basically understanding, hey, look, I think Brian Flores is going to be studying what we're doing, and just having this formation out there is going to create some havoc for the Vikings to have to deal with. And it was a nuts and bolts, run for Kyle Monangai up the middle.
No, that was great. That was great because what it does is it alerts the defense with Bagent out there, and then it relaxes the box. Yeah, and that's what it does. You just needed 1 yard where the defense isn't focused on the box and the line of scrimmage, and it alerts them when Bagent's out there coming out of the huddle.
Yeah, it accomplished the task that they were going for. I just think we as Bears fans aren't used to seeing so much creativity. He's a fountain of it. He's got tricks up his sleeve all over the place, right?
100%. And it sets you up down the line now.
And this is not a Matt Eberflus what's up your situation,
no.
right? These are real tricks that we can trust generally work. And so we feel good about the tricks up our head coach's sleeve these days.
Listen, and now it sets you up in the future. Okay, is this a run coming? Is this a pass back to Tyson Bagent where he's going to throw another? Like, it is the plays that you can call off of that one play. And, kind of going to Roscoe's point again, he talked about how some of the creativity is what cost him the game. I think what cost him the game is you gave up 45 points. You know what I mean? Listen,
to the Commanders?
You lost the game versus Commanders because you gave up 45 points because everybody on the defensive side of the ball was dead. You still put up 31 points in that game. Like, if we dream of losing games like that where it's an offensive slugfest the entire day. The big thing, though, for Ben Johnson is even on some of the play calling that we can question. I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't look at the second Tyson Bagent one. The first one, I'm with you. I think great call. The second time I see it, and you're trying to run it outside zone, I just need you to get a yard here. Let's get the first down. Let's keep the chains moving. You know what I mean? But when we needed the play calling most, when I need him to manage timeouts most, when I need him to challenge a play the most, when I need him to call a play to get the job done the most, Ben Johnson does it.
Yes.
And there is no question about it. There is no, if this breaks for him, it's the right kind of play. No, he does it, and we win football games because of it. That's not what was happening here in Chicago.
I will tell you, of all the things that I'm worried about with this Bears team, Ben Johnson's play calling may be the very last item on the list of things that concern me. That's what I mean. Like, it is what I'm saying. Like, if you gave me everything possible, Ben Johnson play calls would probably be dead last. DFL, boys, because that's how good I feel about Ben Johnson calling a football game. I think he's amongst the best, if not the best, in football. The only reason I would put guys like Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan ahead of him is because they have a longer resume. But give Ben Johnson a couple of years, and I very well believe we could be in a spot where people around football will be saying, oh, Ben Johnson, he's clearly the best play caller in football, unquestionably. The Bears, of all teams, lead football in the most explosive plays. Yeah. That is something that you can point to and say, you know what? Each week, week in and week out, the Bears find a way to get 8, 9, 10 explosive plays. What's an explosive play? A pass of 20 yards or more, a runner 10 yards or more. Either way, they usually result in a first down unless you have a ton of pre-snap penalties, which occasionally the Bears do. But we all get that. The explosive plays that Ben Johnson creates for this offense is going to have them in position, I think, to be a playoff team this year and in the near future going forward. So I personally am very excited. We're taking your calls, 312-332-3776, hanging out with you till 7 o'clock, talking about your first place Chicago Bears on the home of the Bears, ESPN 1000.
ESPN Chicago.
This holiday season, don't let aches and injuries keep you on the bench. Illinois Bone and Joint Institute helps you move better so you can live better. From state-of-the-art imaging to convenient rehab locations. And with 14 Ortho Access immediate care facilities, you can get same-day orthopedic treatment close to home. Score the care you deserve. Visit ibji.com for locations and services. And keep moving this season.
Save big money on your dream kitchen upgrade with help from Menards. Clearview Cabinetry offers a selection of finishes made with the finest materials and built to withstand life's sticky messes. They provide features like soft closed doors and drawers and cabinet accessories to match your unique style. Save big money on Clearview cabinets and check out our weekly flyer on menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
This is ESPN Chicago, WNVP, WTBC, HD2 Chicago, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Postgame continues now. This is the home of the Chicago Bears, ESPN Chicago. Here are your hosts, Jason McKee, Jeff Meller, and Pat the Designer.
Swing of the left leg, right leg, and sends it in the air to Duvernay at the 5, out to the 10, to the 15, angles middle of the field at 20, 25, blocked by Blackwell away at the 30, Duvernay 40, Duvernay to the 50, to the 45-yard line and out of bounds. Devin Duvernay with some key blocks, including Blackwell, and the Bears are in business with 42 seconds to go. 17-16, this for the win here at US Bank Stadium. Daly on the ball. Vikings without a timeouts. Out of the hold of Torrey Taylor, right hash line angled up from 49. Kairo Santos, the 8 on his white jersey, awaiting the snap. Snap is back. Hold is good. Sweeps the right leg. Kairo Santos is up. It's good! Good! Good from 48! Kairo Santos mobbed on the Viking logo. Bears win it 19-17. Another comeback drive by Caleb Williams. The Iceman coming, and the Bears take it from the Vikings. and they win again. 7-3 through 11 weeks of the season. They've won 7 of 8 and 3 in a row, and they never say die with this head coach, Ben Johnson.
Nice man sticking.
A game-winning field goal by Kairo Santos to boot the Bears into first place in the NFC North. That's right. At least for a few hours, the Bears currently sit atop the NFC North. If the Lions beat the Eagles in Philly tonight on Sunday Night Football, then, of course, the Lions would hold the tiebreaker. But, of course, they would still be tied at 7-3 record-wise, thanks to that game-winning kick by Kairo Santos. Some redemption, preserving his job in the process. Boy, if he would have missed, things might have been, the conversation would have been dramatically different, but we don't have to go there.
You got the answer if he misses.
Yes. No, there's no doubt about that. We know, but he did not. He comes through with that big kick, and the Bears walk away with a division win in Minnesota. And speaking of division, and we're talking about how difficult division games can be, the Browns and Ravens are knotted up at 16 apiece in the fourth quarter. That's right. The Ravens, who everybody wants to crown as the AFC North champs, even though they've got 4 wins on the season, they are in a dogfight with the Browns. Shador Sanders has made his debut as Dylan Gabriel has left that game with an injury. Of course, the Panthers beat the Falcons 30-27 in overtime. Again, a division game in which the Falcons led 24-10 at halftime. So that just underlines and underscores how difficult divisional games can be. And, oh, by the way, you can never take for granted a team either, because the Chargers went down to Jacksonville, and a team which everybody was leaving for dead went up and pounded the Chargers today 35-6. And Justin Herbert was removed from the game because his offensive line could not keep him upright. And so to preserve Justin Herbert, they sent in Trey Lance into
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Early in the fourth quarter. That's how bad it
shocked
was.
me, actually. Like, I know it was bad, but I don't know if I've ever seen, like, he's going to die.
White
like,
flag.
get him
They're
out.
like
Like, giving up in the fourth, that was new.
We want Trey Lance to take this beat, not you, Jay.
Yes.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you, Coach.
Right?
Sacrificial lamb, J-Mac. Somebody's got to be it. No, I love that you pointed out the divisional games, though, Jeff.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm just reiterating what J-Mac was saying earlier.
Yeah, like, and J-Mac, you can speak to it. It doesn't matter how good teams in your division are or how bad teams in your division are. How many times have we seen the fourth place team, which usually was us, go into a division and compete? Crazy.
This is not college football. This is the NFL. It's the pros.
Bingo.
And I keep saying it's not, and I know I probably disrespect schools because I make up schools, and there might be a school. It may be a Southeast Kentucky Western State, but it's not like Alabama's playing Southeast Western Kentucky State.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the Cleveland Browns playing the Baltimore Ravens. It's each and every week, division game, regular opponent, AFC opponent, NFC opponent, it does not matter. It can click that day for that particular team. Best players in the world, if it clicks that day, that number one team or that first place team or that team that you think is going to win the game decisively can get beat. And we've seen it each and every week, and that's what makes this game so great, because the parity is there. A roster may look better on paper than somebody else's roster, but you still got to go out there on the grass and play the game.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about it, and I will continue to harp on this point. The Bears are 7-3. They're winning football games, and they are not playing their best football. No. We are seeing plenty of things left out on the field where if they take advantage of it, if they take this to the next level, if they get more comfortable with what Ben Johnson is trying to accomplish, if they get a few players back, if TJ Edwards returns next week or a couple of weeks from now, Jalen Johnson gets back, all of a sudden this defense looks a lot more formidable as well, right? Montez Sweat, he didn't come up with a sack today, but he had a huge deflection late in the game off of J.J. McCarthy. So, this roster has the ability to get better, play better football, and yet they're still finding ways to win football games, which is why I'm encouraged and why I'm asking the question of our listeners out there. What's the ceiling for this team this year? How far are you allowing yourself to dream about this team going into the playoffs? Are you already trying to punch their ticket into the playoffs? Like I'll admit, I might be a little bit guilty of that because I said, listen, 7-3, and looking at the remainder of the schedule, I know it's not easy by any means, but there's some winnable games on that schedule. And if you're going to be a good football team, you're going to have to occasionally win games from a better opponent as well. And we're just talking about all the games throughout today's slate where you didn't necessarily expect the team to win that did win the football game. The Bears can have one of those days as well. So if they don't make the playoffs at this point, I will be disappointed as a Bears fan.
No, 100%. Like, you've put yourself in a great position to do so. Now, the most important thing that you have to do is you have to find a way to win 2 more divisional games. Like, I think it's going to be very difficult for you to make the playoffs if you're not at least 3-3 in this division. I get it. The Packers have had a couple of down weeks. They'll probably find themselves back in the win column before. And they found themselves back in the win column today. But, right, you got the Vikings next week. You got the Lions, and then they have us. They got Broncos. They got us again. Like, they're probably going to be able to get a couple of wins before they get to us here. So you still got to hold pace in this division. And those wins are going to be incredibly important in the division. Like, finding a way to win 1 or 2 versus the Packers, or split with the Lions and win 1 versus the Packers, to me, those are your 2 most important wins you have the rest of the way.
Couple of notes here from the NFL. Speaking of divisional games, the Rams and Seahawks right now going down to a game-winning field goal attempt by the Seahawks. They trail 21-19 with 1 second left, and it rests on Jason Myers' leg for a 61-yard field goal attempt.
It's not going to get it done.
Is going to go wide right and short. So the Rams win in their divisional showdown against the Seahawks in Seattle. Rams now move to 8-2. The only team in the NFC that has more wins than the Bears right now, the LA Rams at 8-2.
Say that one more time.
The only team in the NFC that has more wins than the Bears, and that is the LA Rams at 8-2, because the Bears are 7-3 after their win over the Vikes today. J-Mac got to see that firsthand on the sidelines, and I'm sure it was never in doubt for him. He never feared as Kairo Santos lined up for his game-winning field goal. Also, one more note before we take your calls. Apparently, Jacoby Brissett set an NFL record for completions in a game in which the Cardinals lost by 19. But Jacoby Brissett completed 47 passes on 57 attempts today. As they were in catch-up mode all game long.
Goodness.
So Jacoby Brissett's apparently in a 19-point loss set a record. And yes, I don't know, Mark Andrews is...
they just faked a tush push.
Oh, there you go.
They just faked the tush push into the end zone.
And so now the Ravens have taken a lead against their divisional foe, the Cleveland Browns. All right, we'll take some more calls here. Let's try Tyler, who's in Piatone.
Tyler!
What's up, Ty?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Thanks for taking my call.
What's happening, man?
Hey, I just want to talk about Ben Johnson. I think we found our Pittsburgh Steelers type of coach.
Yeah,
he's got good momentum on the sidelines. He's got good play calling. He's just got to work with what we got right now. But I think in the next 3 years, through some of the draft, I think we might be a dominant force consistently on offense. We just got to work on some defense. We got some injuries coming back, but I'm really, really happy about what the Bears are doing. I'm not going to talk about Super Bowl or nothing else like that. I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe a wild card berth. I'll take that. But other than that, I like what we're doing. I'll hang up and listen to your response.
Tyler.
Thanks.
Hey, man, I say don't rule out the division. I think the division is definitely winnable here with the position you've put yourselves in.
Yeah, listen, the thing, I love how Ben Johnson said this, right? First place would be great if you go out there and win it, but there's a lot of football left to play. The goal is to go 1-0 next week. The goal, you got the Steelers coming into town. We got to go 1-0 versus them to move to 8-3. And I think that's the right mindset. The only way you're going to keep pace in this division is if you keep finding ways to pull out games. And I do agree with you that you've got your guy in Ben Johnson, because, Jeff, you said it earlier, like, what we've seen from this team so far, there's still holes that need to be addressed through the draft, through free agency, whatever it is. There's still depth that needs to be addressed, and there's still a long way to build this team up, but you're winning.
Yes.
That's very different.
Yeah, I think with Ben Johnson, I think nobody questioned his ability to call or design an offense.
Yeah.
Nobody questioned his ability to develop a quarterback or put a quarterback in position to be good, right? The biggest question people had about Ben Johnson was him being in a head coaching role, because he's never been in that situation. He's never had to manage a game, or he's had to manage an offense, but he's never had to manage an entire game. He's never had to manage an entire team. And I think it's amazing the fact that, you know, when Ben Johnson sets foot in a room, he commands attention, right? Yeah. Whether it's a meeting, whether he's taking a podium with the media.
That's right.
Even when he takes the field, when I see Ben walk on the field, like, he is full of confidence, and I think that obviously it resonates with the team, right? He speaks it, right? He breathes it by the way he walks and the way he carries himself. And for him to come in, and he hasn't even been here a full year, and for him to have a complete transformation in terms of the mindset of this team, right? Renewing their belief that they can win games, that we are not the same old Chicago Bears that's going to make mistake after mistake, that we're going to be in the losing column of things. You know, even when we have the chance to win a game, we're not going to give games away. Yeah. And it's just amazing, I think, at the job he's done so far. So I say all that to say this. Ben Johnson is a coach that's not going to let this team get too far ahead. Yes, we understand what the ultimate goal is, but Ben Johnson is going to make sure that this team has a one-game-at-a-time mentality. And Ben Johnson will say it this week, and I guarantee you, the only thing they're going to be focused on is Pittsburgh. That's 100%. It.
And speaking of Pittsburgh, Aaron Rodgers left the game with a wrist injury today in a game that the Steelers beat the Bengals. They handled them nicely, 34-12. We'll see. I would be surprised if Rodgers isn't available, especially considering it was his left hand. But nevertheless, certainly worth noting. Let's bring in our buddy Chase, who actually has some bad things to say about Ben Johnson today. Chase, what's up, buddy, on the post?
Hey, guys, what's going on? Hey, J-Mac. What's going on? Hey, J-Mac, does this Bears team remind you of your 05 team?
We maybe. We ran the ball a lot. I think we were a team that could. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the running game, yes, I think we were top in the league in terms of rushing offense. I don't recall us winning a lot of close games in the fashion that they've won, but I mean, rushing wise, I would compare. Yes.
Hey. So before I get to my point about Ben Johnson's play calling, so you guys remember last year around this time, the second, third week in November.
Yeah.
Santos blocked field goal. Guess who was calling the game? Tom Brady against the Packers. Fast forward a year later, Brady calling the game. Game winner kick Santos. Ain't that somehow time change?
Listen, I'm just glad there wasn't an ice pick near me because I would have taken my eardrums out having to listen to that broadcast all day. Jesus.
It's you know what it is it is unfortunate, J-Mac. You're fortunate that you're on the sidelines with Jeff Joniak and Tom Thayer. I would tell you that most Bears fans, if you can sync it up, you definitely should, because it's, you know what's disappointing is that I've seen moments where Tom Brady will explain football in a way that I am fascinated, and basically he can do it. Unfortunately, it is not transforming into game broadcast very well, but I digress. Go ahead, Chase. What was your point about Ben Johnson?
Yeah, so the thing is about his play calling, it's like, for an example, like the J-Mac, I know you were just talking about the play where he ran a jet sweep to Homer.
Yeah, Travis Homer.
I didn't understand that. And then, or just seeing the formations, like, why, like, I was a little perplexed the last play of the game. And it was like, why, and I understood about the field goal, but in that situation, after the kickoff, when they had the good field position after the Duvernay kickoff return, I did not understand. It just seemed like he got very conservative. I don't know.
They were playing the clock. Chase. That was actually playing the clock because the Vikings still had 2 timeouts, and so he recognized that they kind of they wanted the Vikings to burn a timeout. Yeah. And I think what ended up kind of making it a little bit dicey was the fact that on the 2nd and 6 run, they actually lost a couple of yards, which put them in this weird, almost no man's land of what are you going to do, because you want the Vikings to burn their timeouts.
I understand. I get what you're saying, Miller, but I still, given the fact of you got a shaky kicker, so in that situation, when you still say, you know what, like, let's just try to be a little somewhat aggressive a little bit, given the fact that you have a shaky kicker who already struggled, who already missed a 45-yarder, so I'm just saying. And then another thing, too, J-Mac, you watch on the sidelines. I don't understand the goal line situation. It just seems like, for whatever reason, this is when I talk about his play calling, the goal line. It just seems like he runs 2 straight plays, 2 running plays, and a pass, and that's it. It's like whenever they get to the goal line, they don't have no creativity as far as getting into the end zone. Like, why not throw Like, get Loveland into the end zone. That's what you drafted him for, to be that big body. You got Rome, who's 6'3", throw a jump ball to him. I just don't understand.
I don't know. The fades?
I get what you,
what's your feeling at J-Mac on fades?
I mean, if the matchup is right, yes. But, I mean, I see what you're saying, Chase, but then I don't, because you got a touchdown run by Monanga. It worked.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It worked. And, yes, we want a lot of things, but if it's not broken, don't fix it. I mean, Monanga, you got a touchdown out of that. So I see what you're saying, and I understand some of the calls. We talked about the jet sweep, but down on the goal line, if there's a matchup, and sometimes these run plays, they have a tag attached to it, right? So maybe he can look out there, and if the run is there, he can call a run. But if he does have a matchup that he likes, in which you may have Loveland on the safety if he's out wide, or depending on what the formation is like, well, then the quarterback, depending on the down, then he can have that alert and can throw up that fade ball. But it just depends upon what the play call is and how that offense, that play is structured. I'm not in the huddle. But I still agree. I mean, if it's not broke, then don't fix it. If I'm going to have an elite run game, my offensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage, I'm going to turn and hand that ball off and rely on that 2-yard touchdown that we saw from Kyle Monanga.
That's Jason McKee. I'm Jeff Meller, along with Pat the Designer. We're hanging out with you again, 312-332-3776. We're here till 7 o'clock talking about the first-place Chicago Bears after their 19-17 win over the Vikes with you. And, of course, before we get out of here, as we always do, we promise we bring you inside the locker room after a Bears win. We'll do that here shortly after your calls right here on the home of the Bears, ESPN 1000.
ESPN Chicago.
This holiday season, lock in something that lasts. Astound Wi-Fi, starting at just $19.95 a month, forever. Not a temporary rate, no hidden fees, just your price forever. Check off one more thing off your to-do list this season and stop stressing about your internet. Fast, reliable Wi-Fi for every device, every holiday, every year. All for $19.95 a month. But don't wait. Visit astound.com today to sign up. Restrictions apply. See astound.com for details.
Win a pair of tickets to see Green Bay host Chicago on December 7th, including reservations to Green Bay's upscale tailgating destination, the Tundra Trio. The trio is just steps from the stadium, featuring next-level pre- and post-game festivities with gourmet food and premium drinks, thanks to Dr. Pepper and ESPN Chicago. Enter to win now at ESPNChicago.com. Wherever you watch the game, nothing hits like the bold signature flavor of Dr. Pepper. Enjoy an ice-cold Dr. Pepper during your next visit to McDonald's. No purchase necessary. Enter by November 23rd. Attention basketball fans, the DePaul basketball season is here, and tickets are on sale now. Don't miss your chance to see the Blue Demons live as they take on some of the top teams in the country. There's no better place to experience a game than Wintrust Arena, home of the DePaul Blue Demons. Get your tickets today at DePaulBlueDemons.com/tickets and be part of the action. That's DePaulBlueDemons.com/tickets. Go Blue Demons!
Property managers and GCs use FinishingChicago.com's contractors for finishes and protective coatings in the most iconic venues, interior spaces, and essential infrastructure. Our painters apply industry-leading commercial and industrial finishes inside and out, so your biggest assets always put their best square footage forward. FinishingChicago.com has your free list of painting, wall covering, glass systems, drywall finishing, and signage contractors. For a great finish, start with FinishingChicago.com.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Roofers and Waterproofers Local 11 delivers expert roofing and waterproofing across Chicago. Their trained professionals lead in solar, green, and garden systems. For trusted contractors and top quality service, visit ChicagoRoofingContractors.org. That's ChicagoRoofingContractors.org.
Welcome back to Bears Postgame. Here are your hosts, Jason McKee, Jeff Meller, and Pat the Designer on the home of the Chicago Bears.
Here comes the ball.
ESPN Chicago.
Snap from center, Monangai, the long back. Tight end Trapillo to the right. Snap, handing off. Blasting up the middle. Into the end zone. Kyle Monangai. Touchdown. Touchdown Bears. And the lead at 4:55 to go in the opening quarter. And the first points of the day for the Bears, a 2-yard Kyle Monangai run. That is his third rushing touchdown to the Bears. Cap a 15-play drive with a touchdown.
That would be the only touchdown that the Bears needed from their offense today, as Kairo Santos added 4 field goals to the equation to give the Bears a 19-17 victory in Minnesota, moving them to 7-3 atop the NFC North. That's right, your first place Chicago Bears dropping the Minnesota Vikings to 4-6. Unfortunately, the Packers found a way to survive the Jameis Winston experience today. They won 27-20 in New York. They had to fight hard for that one, but the Packers are now 6-3-1. Giants fall to 2-9. The Packers, Jordan Love did leave that game, but he did return, and of course, Josh Jacobs also left that game for the Packers. He did not return, suffered a knee injury, so he might be out for an extended period of time, which is, I've obviously never wished for injuries, but of course the Bears wouldn't mind if they had to play the Packers without Josh Jacobs in a couple of weeks from now. But first things first, the Steelers are on the schedule next week, and I believe that is something that Tamara wants to discuss in Northwest Indiana. What's going on, Tamara?
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate you adding me into the discussion. Great victory today. Yeah, I'd be inquisitive to hear what you all think about next week's game. I know that Rodgers left with an injury. I know somebody mentioned earlier it's his other wrist, his left wrist. But in terms of the Bears preparing, for their second string quarterback, playing the team next week, and to keep the momentum up. The other thing I was going to just mention is I was a little frustrated. I listened to the game on radio today. I wasn't able to watch it on TV. And it just was a little frustrating that they couldn't get in to that red zone for just, more than that one time, and that they had to rely on Santos. So just wondered, what are your views on that? I mean, where is the logjam there of them not being able to get into the end zone, for just a traditional touchdown? Thanks.
And thank you for the call. This is a. Oh, my bad.
No worries.
That's a fine. This
I was like, man,
that's a fine. My fault.
That's we'll keep it light though. That's 500. 500.
Oh, wow.
500 to the other side of the glass. They're collecting.
How much do you think I make?
Listen. Do you think
a bunch of remodeling? You got it, Pat.
J-Mac, I need a loan.
Hey man,
he's on everything.
I need a coaching loan, J-Mac.
Hoodie finds Cap $1,000 for every time his mic's off.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that's getting paid. No, here's what I will say about this team preparing going into next week, and kind of what you saw in this game. This game was a dogfight. It was always going to be a dogfight. I think you mentioned it earlier, Jeff, about how the divisions look. Divisional matchups are incredibly tough. You found a way to win it. I don't think that you can feel like every game is going to be how tough this game was for the Bears, especially with a Brian Flores defense that has had your number for more times than not versus Caleb Williams. So good to see the Bears find a way to get the win here. But now heading into next week, I think you have to start. I get it. It's tough to say as a Bears fan, and especially in reverse, but I kind of think the Bears are who we think they are. I don't think that this is hey, we're waiting for the bottom to fall out. I kind of think this is a Bears team that we expected the Bears to come into this game and be able to put the Vikings away. Was it beautiful? No. Was it the greatest game ever? No. Was it a, blow them out of the water performance? No. But you still won the game you were supposed to win. If we go into next week, Aaron Rodgers is not playing. The possibility is there. Don't know if he will or won't. This defense sucks. Like, that's the only way to say it at this point. Like, you should be able to take advantage of it. Offensively, they have one weapon. I get it. You know, right now you don't have a ton of fight back as far as your DBs go, but you've been very opportunistic in taking the football away. That's happened a little bit more this year with Aaron Rodgers. If he does play, if it's Mason Rudolph, we know he wants to give the football away. Like, there's everything in your favor going into this Steelers game. And for once, I actually think, probably for the first time since J-Mac's team was on the field, right, where you can go, yeah, the Bears should win this game, and they actually find a way to do it.
The Bears are who we thought they were.
100%. Like, I actually think right now they're who we think they are, dog. Like, they're a team that is never out of the game and who always can find ways to win in different ways that you need to find a way to win for that game.
Yeah, I don't know how you feel about the Steelers, J-Mac, but honestly, they are definitely they love. Like, I know there was a lot of talk about the Seahawks and the Rams liking to run 13 personnel. The Steelers have been running 13 personnel all season long because they don't have another wide receiver that they feel should be out there aside from DK Metcalf. They're running, Darnell Washington, who's basically a glorified tackle. He's basically an additional tackle out there so they can run the football, and they'll use Pat Freiermuth. Jonnu Smith's, but that's like the offense they like to run.
Yeah.
So honestly, we'll see what the Bears, how they're going to match up. But if they get out to a lead, the Steelers really haven't shown the ability to come from behind. They want to play from in front. So if the Bears can just manage that, I think they'll be in a good spot.
Yeah, but we've seen time and time again, no matter what the deficiencies are in a Steelers roster, you've got a great coach that's going to get the most out of his players. They're always going to be ready to play. And that's Mike Tomlin. I mean, look at his career record. How many losing seasons has he had? Is it one maybe or none? I'm not sure.
I don't believe he's ever had. He's never been below 500, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, consistency is key. And we know, we've seen week after week how hard it is to win in the NFL. And Mike Tomlin has put together winning seasons. I mean, it's unbelievable. So I don't read into all that. Aaron Rodgers in the lineup, all that stuff. Yeah, but you better come ready to play because Pittsburgh is going to get off that plane. They're going to walk into Soldier Field, and they're going to believe that they can win a game. And Mike Tomlin's going to have that team ready. So it's going to be a great show. It's going to be, I don't know what the weather is going to be like next week, and I think the last time I looked, it was going to be 50 degrees. We know how that changes. We know that doesn't hold any weight in Chicago because it could be 51. It could be 71 days snow the next. But at the end of the day, you better come ready to play because the Steelers will be ready.
Let's slip in Kevin, who's in New Buffalo. What's going on, Kev?
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, boys. How you doing? Love the show.
Doing well with the win.
Thank you.
First place Bears.
Big Bear down.
My son is a big jazz musician, and I'm like, you guys, the three of you together once a week, it's crazy how awesome you are because you don't get a lot of time to practice, right? And you make it happen. So anyway, great job.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You might have mentioned this. I've been off and on, but like Nashawn Wright and Coach Beam, I just want a shout out to Nashawn, and what a special moment, right? Like it's amazing. It's totally amazing. And J-Mac, you know what an influence you are as a coach, right?
Yeah.
On kids and their parents. It's truly amazing. So anyway, I just want to say God bless you for all of that, right? Like it's just so cool.
Yeah,
I think from my understanding too, with Nashawn Wright, I think Joniak was saying this on the broadcast, and I hope I'm not wrong, but I think Coach Beam was in attendance at the Saints game. I think Nashawn Wright brought him to the game, the Saints game, so it's the influence that a coach on any level can have on a player is life-changing. You get to change lives through the game of football. So great coaches, right, they can change a game, but the real elite coaches, they're life changers. And I think that's what Coach Beam was. And we've seen that from Nashawn Wright. We've seen that from a lot of the guys that he impacted and he influenced and helped really mold and change the trajectory of their careers and their lives. So that was a huge moment for Nashawn Wright to get that interception. And right after he got that interception, he went down to a knee. And the thing about this football team is you can tell the chemistry is there because when he went down to a knee, who was there with him? Kevin Byard, Jaquan Brisker, all the guys ran over because they knew what that moment meant for Nashawn Wright him making a big play and going down, taking a knee and really saluting his coach, Coach Beam, who changed a lot of lives. That was an awesome moment in that football game.
Very cool. And J-Mac, you do it every day, every week. Like it doesn't get noticed. So God bless you. Thank you so much. So,
Kevin, thanks for the call, man. We appreciate you listening each week, so thank you for that as well. It was. We did mention it earlier in the show, but it's certainly worth revisiting. Nahshon Wright with another interception. We talked about how the fact that he came into the season somewhere around 5th or 6th on the Bears depth chart, and for him to come up with being forced into a starter's role for a good majority of the season here. And yes, he's not perfect. He's certainly at times been the victim of, getting burned, but that's the reality of the cornerback position, especially in the NFL. And for him to have 4 interceptions so far this year, and I think today, the catch that he made,
so impressive.
It was,
so impressive.
You cannot take anything away. That was a huge play by him in the end zone. So it was a huge turnover, about as big as they can be in the NFL.
No,
for sure.
It's pretty much, playing DB in this league is almost impossible because you cannot touch a receiver.
Yes.
Pass interference, spot foul. And that play right there is what I call teach tape. It's coaching tape. The way he played that route, being able to fill the receiver with his offhand, get his eyes back on the football without making a lot of contact with the receiver, that would enable a pass interference call to be a flag to be thrown. But then to make that catch, to go up and high point the football and get that takeaway is amazing. And that's why is he second in the league in interceptions with 4?
Behind only Kevin Byard.
Man, Coach Al Harris effect, man. I keep saying that over and over again, but look at that.
First from the cornerback position, I believe, too, right now. So big shout out to him on that. I love it. Listen, is everything that he's done perfect? No. There's a lot of development that still has to happen. But I'll tell you this about him. He don't give up. He takes his lumps. He moves through, and he's got cornerback mentality. J-Mac, you know what they always say about cornerbacks? Like, you got to have a short memory because you can have a big play get thrown at. The Vikings' game plan in this game was throw at him. Like, they walked out in the first couple of drives, they were literally targeting him. And to come away with that interception, I think it slowed down some of that a little bit throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah. And obviously just for the tragic way for Beam, who was shot and killed, to lose him in that manner, even, far worse than anybody can imagine, unimaginable.
Crazy that he's even playing.
Obviously, great play and good story, and I'm glad the Bears were able to finish it off with a win today as they beat the Vikings 19-17. As we do after each and every win, we bring you inside the locker room when Ben Johnson addressed his team. We'll do that next when we return right here on the Postgame Show on your home of the Bears, ESPN 1000.
ESPN Chicago.
This holiday season, don't let aches and injuries keep you on the bench. Illinois Bone and Joint Institute helps you move better so you can live better. From state-of-the-art imaging to convenient rehab locations. And with 14 Ortho Access immediate care facilities, you can get same-day orthopedic treatment close to home. Score the care you deserve. Visit IBJI.com for locations and services. And keep moving this season.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Jew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York.
Comparing health insurance plans is never easy. That's why I work for Get Covered Illinois.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
We have a website to compare multiple plans and prices in one place, and people who can help you for free. Community-based navigators and brokers, certified by the state.
And we have live customer service.
At getcoveredillinois.gov, we're here to help.
It's the biggest savings event of the year. Menards, 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day. Save big money on everything you need for any project. We've got something for everyone. Homeowners, contractors, DIYers, the kids, and even grandma. Hurry, Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day.
Save big money at Menards.
11% mail-in rebate is a merchandise credit check. Good on future in-store purchases. See menards.com for details.
Your fantasy roster is set. The Smack Talk is heating up, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Listen for Danny Acker and the Crane Chicago Sports Business Minute, airing Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on ESPN Chicago. Presented by Chicagoland BMW Centers.
Welcome back to Bears Postgame. Here are your hosts, Jason McKee, Jeff Meller, and Pat the Designer, on the home of the Chicago Bears, ESPN Chicago.
Bo Nix given the post-game interview yet again as the Broncos beat the Chiefs in Denver at Mile High Stadium 22-19 on a game-winning field goal by Will Lutz. The Chiefs had come back to tie the game up, but in the fourth quarter, when the Chiefs had an opportunity to try and go down for a go-ahead score, the Broncos D stepped up and they set Bo Nix and the Broncos offense up with an opportunity for a game-winning field goal, and they took advantage of that. Will Lutz hits a 35-yarder as time expires, and the Broncos are now 8-2.
Is he your irrational? I don't like this guy.
I don't. Or I'm sorry. The Broncos. Excuse me. The Broncos are now 9-2. I forgot they have not had their bye. They now. Yeah. So the Broncos are now 9-2, and the Chiefs fall to 5-5. They were already.
They're in the hunt.
They were already outside of the playoffs. The Chiefs are now 5-5, and they are definitely on the outside looking in. We shall see if the Chiefs can make the AFC playoffs this year. Wild. And the Broncos, they currently hold the tiebreaker over the New England Patriots, who are also 9-2 after they put the Jets down on Thursday Night Football. So it's like it's early 2000s again, all over again. The Broncos are 9-2 atop the AFC. It's like back when J-Mac was playing. J-Mac, it's the Broncos 9-2, the Patriots 9-2, and the Colts. The Colts are 8-2.
Shortly after that, but I wasn't in the league in 2000. I'm old, but I'm not.
It's like 2003, 2004 when Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and Jake Plummer and Mike Shanahan was running the Broncos. It's like the early 2000s all over again when J-Mac was still playing. That's what the AFC looks like right now.
I'll tell you one thing that's different from J-Mac playing is Matthew Stafford might win an MVP. Matthew Stafford's got where's he at now? 40?
Oh, Is he
at, no, probably not.
Well, no, he came in today's game. He had the run of 20 touchdowns and 0 interceptions.
No, I'm talking about age. Where is he at? 37 years old?
Yes.
Yeah, he's still doing it. Hey, his arm, he's still there to throw that football.
He only had 130 yards passing on the day, Stafford, that is, today, but he threw 2 touchdowns, no interceptions yet again. So he's got 22 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, I believe, in his last 5 games. So that's a pretty stupid run, if I do say so myself. And he's only thrown 2 interceptions on the entire season. So, yes, he certainly is in play for the MVP as the come down the stretch run here with the Rams in first place in the NFC, not just the NFC West, but the entire NFC conference. So we mentioned it earlier. Whenever the Bears win, we bring you inside the locker room as Ben Johnson hands out the game balls.
Hell yeah! Man, here's what I'll tell you is 7-3, all right? First division win, all right? And, man, how similar was that to the first game we played against those guys, okay? Where you get the lead, and then it gets a little bit sideways in there, and we learned from that, and it took all three phases there at the end, all three phases at the end for us to win, all right? Man, we have got so much to tighten up. I can't wait to watch this tape with you guys, but it's going to be after a Victory Monday. Yes, sir! Victory Monday. All right, I got 3 game balls here, 3 game balls. Number 1 is this, man, we don't get that field goal if not for Duvernay!
Man, all that mattered was getting that next one, and I was just, happy I could help you guys out. Yes, and now all that matters is the next one. Yes, sir.
Good, man. You talked about clutch when we needed it most, man. Let me get a little Kairo action.
Man, I love where our team is at right now, man. Like, it's not always pretty. I made a mistake, and I don't want to put our team in that situation again. But we all trust each other and have faith that we're all going to come clutch at the end. Duve, Caleb, everybody that put us in that situation. Scott, Tori, HT, hyped me up there.
All right, man. Last one here, man, is this special man. And a lot of you guys don't see what he does behind the scenes, but he worked here for a number of years, okay? It's his birthday tomorrow, and I know this one, man, just a little bit more to him. Kevin Warren, where you Let's go! Good dog!
When you get my age, and the longer you live, you recognize 2 words. Trust God.
Yes, sir. Trust God. Bring it on in. Bring it on in. Bring it on in.
Talk heavy. Talk heavy.
Good, better, best. Good, better, best. Never let it rest. Never let it rest. It's good gets better. It's good gets better. It better gets better. It better gets better. Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bears.
Scenes from inside the first place Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Your first place Chicago Bears at 7-3 atop the NFC North, with the Detroit Lions getting set to take on the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly tonight at 7:20. The best the Lions can do is tying up the Bears record at 7-3 tonight, and we shall see, because of course the Eagles are actually a favorite in that game at home. So we'll see how that plays out. At the very least, the Bears will start tomorrow tied atop the NFC North at 7-3, and that's at the very worst. At very best, they will sit alone if the Lions cannot take care of business against the Eagles today. I'm Jeff Meller, along with Jason McKee and Pat the Designer, taking your calls up till 7 o'clock right here on the Postgame Show on ESPN 1000.
ESPN Chicago.
Hey, this is Courtney Cronin. If you're injured, you want a legal representative that gets you and where you come from.
Exactly. When you call us, you're not getting some out-of-town mega firm. You're talking to Chicagoans.
That's Julio Costa of Costa Iavoni, and his partner Anthony is also here.
Thanks, Courtney. We're proud of the trust we've built here in town.
There's an immediate connection with Chicagoans. They know we'll take the time to understand what they're going through.
And then we will fight to win. At Costa Iavoni, we get you.
Costa Iavoni, your trusted local personal injury attorneys at 708-4million.
Hey, Joe here from Fry the Coop. Around here, we like to keep things simple and honest. At Fry the Coop, we fry all our chicken and fries in beef fat. Why? I thought you'd never ask. First off, it's delicious. Secondly, it's 0% seed oils, unlike those other guys. And lastly, you heard me say it's delicious, right? At Fry the Coop, we only serve happiness, one sandwich at a time.
When it comes to your home, why juggle a dozen different contractors? Service Construction of Illinois does it all. Kitchens, bathrooms, basements, decks, outdoor spaces, you name it, they build it. For 50 years, they've been the one-stop shop for families across Chicagoland, combining craftsmanship, reliability, and a true passion for making homes shine. Work with Service Construction of Illinois once, and you'll know you can rely on them for any needs for the lifetime of your home. Visit serviceconstruction.net and start your project today.
Since we opened our doors in 1868, Busey has fostered deep customer relationships and vibrant communities, embodying a legacy of partnership and progress. With multiple lines of business, we provide a range of financial solutions tailored to your needs. From digital banking to planning for retirement, Busey is here to help you achieve your financial goals. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me. Like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
It's Blackhawks and Bulls season on Chicago Sports Network. Visit chsn.com/radio to sign up for your 7-day free trial of their all-access plan. Over 300 live games per year. Chicago Sports Network, your home stream advantage.
Postgame continues now. This is the home of the Chicago Bears. ESPN Chicago. Here are your hosts, Jason McKee, Jeff Miller, and Pat the Designer.
We got the guys. We got the guys that we need to do whatever we need to do to win the game. They're special, they're talented, they make plays for us when it counts and when it matters. And so the belief, like I said, the trust between those guys, between me, is all there. And we've done a good job so far making plays when it counted, and it's been different guys. It's been all of our guys throughout the season so far. And so our trust, my belief, when it comes down to those moments and when it comes down to big downs and it's not just the end of the game, I'm going to give them a shot and we're going to go make a play. And that trust is there, that belief is there. O-line's going to do a great job blocking, and like I said, I'm going to give them a shot and they're going to go make the play for us.
That is the starting quarterback of your first-place Chicago Bears after leading his team to another come-from-behind win as the Bears needed a field goal from Kairo Santos at the waning seconds to go ahead and beat them 19-17 after pretty much controlling the game throughout. Unfortunately, J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings had an opportunity late to go ahead. They did with a couple of touchdowns in the fourth quarter, a critical punt return spurring one of their touchdown drives, their first one. But the Bears were resilient enough, as we have seen all season long, not to let it get them down. And you hear a very confident Caleb Williams after the win today, 19-17 in Minnesota.
No, 100%. I feel like, and I've said this before, sounds like a franchise guy, don't he? Sounds like a franchise quarterback. And it's not, you know what it is for me is that he didn't play his best ball. He didn't have a dominant game. He had some throws that, listen, honestly, Ben Johnson said it in there, right? We got a lot to clean up here. Mm-hmm. I feel like that goes towards Caleb Williams as well. But you know what? He's got guys that are willing to galvanize around him, that are willing to build around him. And he's got guys feeling like if you leave time on the clock for Caleb Williams is going to put you in a position to get the job done. Now, you didn't need it as much in this game with Devin Duvernay. But, Jeff, think about where we started this season versus your feeling today. And if you're Bears fans like me, let us know. I saw 3 timeouts in 50 seconds, and I was like, Caleb Williams can at least get us in the field goal range.
Oh, yeah.
There wasn't even a question. Like, I was confident Caleb Williams was going to drive us down into field goal range. Now, the big Duve run, we didn't need it. You run a couple of plays there. You put yourself in a position to trust Kairo and just take the field goal at the spot that you're at, try to play some of the clock game there. But, like, there was no part of me that was like, we're in a bad situation here. It was, we're going to have some things that we got to clean up going into next week.
Yeah, no.
Awful win.
No, I completely agree. J-Mac, what were your thoughts? Anything, any key takeaways? We got a couple minutes left here before we wrap up on the post-game show. Any remaining thoughts that you want to share before we take one more call and call it a night?
Nah, just excited we're in first place. And like Pat said, you have a quarterback, and not just a quarterback, a team that has not even, I think, really scratched the surface of playing their best ball yet, and we're still 7-3. I mean, that's what's so exciting about this Bears team. All the mistakes we made, right, and you're still 7-3. The best is yet to come, and I'm excited for it. So looking forward to next week.
Let's squeeze in Eric, who's in Maryville, for our final call of the night. What's going on, E?
Hello?
What's going on, my guy?
Hey, what's up, guys?
You tell us.
What's up, man? Hey, first off, thanks for taking my call. And for two, bear down, baby.
Bear down.
That's what's up.
Bear down.
Hey, what I wanted to say is with the Ben Johnson hire, I was actually telling people that actually makes the Bears a playoff contender. Maybe not necessarily winning the division, but at least a wild card. The Bears have so much upside potential, it is ridiculous, okay? We're winning ugly right now, okay? So my prediction is, moving forward for the rest of the season, that we split with the Detroit Lions in a close game, and I think that we sweep the Packers, okay? But with that being said, okay, I think that the Bears have another maybe 4 or 5 wins left in them. Okay, but the division is not off the table. It's not off the table. But I'm going to stick with my original prediction as far as the Bears being a wild card. So what do you guys think?
You know what? Today's win, you needed a big division win. I'm gonna change my prediction. I've waited on sipping the Kool-Aid this season. And not to say I haven't been excited, I haven't been bought in on what Ben Johnson is doing, but sometimes wins are very difficult to come by. I'll be honest with you, though. With the team that we saw today and the team that we've seen over the past few weeks, you should beat the Steelers. I think that you should at least split with the Packers. I think you should beat the Browns. The 49ers are interesting. Like
Their defense, though,
they
they've
looked
been
really good today.
They've been absolutely, but again, it was against the Arizona Cardinals team that
100%.
they jumped out on. That defense in San Francisco is what's up.
We're not exactly touting the leaders and sacks coming in here.
That's fair.
That is something to watch out.
The Niners' defense has absolutely been ravaged by injury, and to the point where like key injuries to Bosa and Warner on guys who are not returning this season-ending injuries for them. And so when you do get the Niners in Week 17, the week of Christmas, there's certainly a possibility that you could have Jalen Johnson,
100%,
and T.J. Edwards back on your defense. So if you can avoid some injuries, the Bears could be healthier than they've been all season against the Niners. So that's certainly a winnable game. So all of a sudden, you just said Pittsburgh, you get one from Green Bay of the 2. You hopefully beat the Browns. That's 3. And then if you can take advantage of the Niners, that's
11?
4. You're at 11 wins.
I'm going to go up one more.
With a home game against the Lions.
I said the Bears would be 9-8. I said maybe 10-7 if something breaks your way. There's a lot breaking your way right now. Give me 11-6 finish to the season. I'm confident what we're seeing is true. That what Ben Johnson is putting out there.
Now, J-Mac, real quick, we got about a minute to go. I will say this. This is us playing the schedule game. The Bears and Ben Johnson understand and know they cannot be playing the schedule game. They got to take it week by week and don't get ahead of themselves.
2 words, bear down.
Bear down, there you go.
There you go.
I don't play. I can play the schedule game. I don't want them playing the schedule game.
No. Leave it to us, the professionals. Bears, you take care of business on the field. We'll take care of business playing the schedule game on the radio. That's going to conclude our post-game show this week. Again, hope you enjoyed the post-game of a first-place NFC North Chicago Bears team. Again, we shall see what the Lions do tonight. They can tie the Bears up, and obviously they would have the tiebreaker as the fact that they won the first game of the season. But we shall wait and see what happens. No matter what, the Bears will be at least tied with the Lions at 7-3, and maybe, just maybe, on top of them if they lose to the Eagles tonight. For Jason McKee, for Pat the Designer, I'm Jeff Meller. Thanks to Jake Santos and Kendra Smith. We'll talk to you next week right here on ESPN 1000.
The Bears are who we thought they were.
Bear down, baby.
Wondering what makes neutral so tasty? It's simple. Real vodka, real juice, and nothing fake. Because when good ingredients